Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name's David Turn. I'm here with Matt Murray,
Hello there.
James Farley,
Hi.
and Sean Bell.
Hello.
We'd like to start the show by thanking our Patreon producers for this month. They've gone full bloody Nels. They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights and Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, Richard Sawyer, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Thomas, Stan, Philip with an F, Fred Fenge, Stephen the Nuke Littler, Cutty, Happy birthday TCGS, love from Major PDD, hashtag TCGSCon24, and Steve Lee. They're the Full Nels crew, and you can join them by going to patreon.com/TCGS. There's a bonus show went up this week. There was for those of you that listened to the bonus show, we won our cup final 3-0, nice and easy, lovely old job. All 3 goals coming in the first half. We probably could have got another couple in the second half, but I don't want to be too negative.
I was going to say 3-0. You should have said, let's go for 10. Let's really mug these kids off.
No, we did. They just didn't put it in the back of the net, Matt. But lovely old job. You can hear about a really dramatic moment I had while refereeing a Little League game. You can hear about James pooing a lot. And you can hear about Sean and his thumbnail.
My thumbnail.
Is it getting better, mate?
Nope.
Okay.
And me.
We also finally did the Choose Your Own Adventure book, Sonic versus Zonic. Now, I won't reveal whether we met Zonic or not. But the stream that started with Matt going, what if it's only 20 minutes long? What are we going to do then? That ended up being 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, just the explanation of the instructions took about half an hour.
Yeah, that took half an hour. I really, mate, I loved it. I think it was my favourite thing we've done in a while, and I want to do more of it. Sean, because of a puzzle,
couldn't solve,
which he couldn't solve.
None of us could.
He was bitter.
Yeah, I know. But you're supposed to be the expert. Also, Sean cheated a few times, and that really
a few times.
Well, no, okay, you cheated most of the time.
I confirmed that a page we might have to turn to that we were fairly certain was going to kill us.
Right. So but you also tried to cheat more than that. You said at one point during that stream. I couldn't believe this.
I was trying to keep it going.
I will finish this sentence. You said at one point during that stream, I'll just leave my finger in place and we can go back if it's not. No, Sean, I did not expect that from you, because when we were in an escape room, you were very, very clear that we should be following the rules.
Escape rooms are good. That book was not.
It was good.
Difference.
Apart from there's one section which
is
one entire section
snobby. Don't be so snobby. Is that
so snobby?
Not snobby.
So
snobby Sean. That's what we'll call you now on the circuit.
For the show. We will. I just got a text message and it wasn't the one I thought it was. Oh. Sorry, I've just been explaining before we hit record that we have literally just asked a tattoo artist whether they would be up for doing the Wookiee from Fallen.
On James's back.
Fallen Order. James's back. James not paying attention.
All Matt.
Yes, don't worry about it.
Also, very exciting show next week. Very exciting show. It's episode 400.
Oh, God.
Our 400. So we sort of mentioned that we were going to do something special, and then we forgot, as always happens to us. It's a very exciting show. If you would like to send your messages in, then please go to tcgs.co/TCGS. Send your messages in. What's been your favourite moments in the 400 episodes we've released so far?
Yeah, why are we so bloody brilliant?
Why? Yeah, just tell us how great we are.
Yeah, and final mention, patreon.com/TCGS if you like to sign up, because it keeps the show going. We couldn't have gone 400 shows without Patreon. That's the truth, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Joe would have told me to pack it in a while ago.
Probably like 350, I reckon.
Yeah. Should we get to feedback, Matt, from last week's show?
Yes. Halibut Custard has messaged read the live shows. We did the very north. We said Sunderland is 20 miles south of Hayden Bridge, which is famous for being the centre of the UK. You didn't even make it north, let alone north. Sunderland is also a fucking shithole surrounded by lovely places. I live in Newcastle and came to Sheffield in the EGX events, but I would not travel 8 miles to visit that black hole of I would not travel 8 miles to visit that black hole of joy, culture, and happiness. I love you guys, but even I have limits.
Was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean that's a little bit harsh.
Yeah, we found that really good.
Like,
We found that really good
completely
taco place, which has since closed down.
That was really nice.
That was
Isn't
good.
it?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I that's too north. No, look, that is north. I don't care where
It's well north.
technically the centre of the UK is. Come on. That's Birmingham, isn't it? Is what everyone reckons it is.
That's what they call it in the Midlands, yeah.
Yeah,
That's why they call it that. Yeah, the next one will be down south where we can find a fucking venue that'll take it.
Well, we've stopped. We've taken the eye off the ball.
I need to get back. I need to get on this. I think we need to start having some harsh words with venues down south. The O2.
It's. I've got a few in mind that we just want to do a live show, right? That's it.
Yeah, a live show, and it doesn't even need a bar. Even if there's one next door, maybe we're asking for too much.
No, it needs a bar.
But maybe we're asking for too much. But whatever, some venue that'll take, I don't know, 5,000 to 6,000 people. That's all we want. That's all we want.
We do it in that new co-op arena in Manchester.
That's
absolutely
that's open now, isn't it? Oh god, they really fucked that so bad, haven't they?
Yeah, the co-op one.
Yeah, it's they had an opening night where they had to cancel half the tickets an hour before it was due to start. And then, so the Peter Kay was meant to do.
So loads of people keep getting pushed back a week, and then they get cancelled, and then pushed back a week. I mean, it's gonna be like the biggest venue outside London, isn't it?
Yes,
but they fucked it. And like the CEOs had to resign because he said, "Oh, other venues are dying because they're not doing this and the other." And they're like, "Actually, you're being a bit of a twat, aren't you?" Anyway, where were we?
Really well. So we'll go there.
Yeah. When it opens. Ben from Oregon, absolutely shocking from David Turner's last episode. He shat all over Botany Manor, but likes horrible Harold Halibut. Boring. Love you all.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I played both of those games, and I really didn't like Botany Manor, and I really, really liked Harold Halibut. I mean, there's, I felt for Sean a little bit, right? Because I think Sean had a very strong reaction to that game, Harold Halibut, and I think he wanted me to go along with him because that's always more fun. But then when he saw how much I loved it, it sort of clipped his wings a little bit. It was like, I can't really go for it in the way that I've been planning all day now because I don't want to upset the child in the corner.
Well, no, it's just, broadly speak, because I don't hate it or anything. I don't think it do you know what I mean? It didn't actively upset me. So
that's not what I heard last week, Sean.
If you're really enjoying it, I'm not going to be like, no, you're wrong because of these reasons. I completely failed to connect with it and was really disappointed because I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've thought about playing it, but I know this all sounds terrible.
You need to play the rec first. You need to play the rec before this
as well. Though.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get it. I get it, and I don't think you will like this, James. I don't think you'll like Harold Halibut. That's why I'm saying play the rec before you play this.
It's in my wish list, so I will get it when it's discounted or whatever. Oh, is it? Hang on, where's it?
On Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Then I'll play it.
What is the rec?
Oh, you mean the rec?
Yeah, the rec.
Yeah,
yeah.
the rec was on sale when I bought it
Harold.
for like £9.
Yeah, no. Yes, it's like £9. What's the matter with you? You spend that on cheese. Just go one day without cheese.
Yeah, but cheese is great.
Okay, all
you can
right.
access the rec wherever you want. It's not locked in the
Tony
fridge.
the Tiger. Let's move on.
I was quite worried about this bit of feedback coming in when I was editing the show. When Alex has messaged with the feedback, I was dreading. In James's defence for "Who is Mr. Ball?" question, Matt did fuck the email up by initially reading it out as Shane Bell, not Shane Ball. Not normally worth writing in about, but given you all gave James shit for once again being right, it's good to acknowledge it, especially since Dave said, if you listened at the start, keep up the good work, and you'll always be the people's favourite, James.
See, I just assumed. I mean,
sorry, just for Alex emails again. You'll always be the people's favourite, James.
Yeah,
it was not. It wasn't an email from James. It was. Forget it. What do you want? Yeah. Yes, James.
I mean, there was no point. I mean, when that even happened, there was no point even trying to defend myself because what's the point? You just get shouted down anyway. So
if someone was writing a jokey email about me, and then the rest, and throughout the email, they sort of changed the vowel in Bell. I'm pretty sure I would just go along with that. That to me just seemed like I don't know. I thought that was fine.
Just had a text message. The tattooist is up for it. He's bang up for it.
Yes,
we
mate.
have a tattoo artist to do.
Excellent.
Oh boy, it's starting to feel real.
Chen
I'm thinking
doesn't know. She knows that it's happening, but she doesn't know about the design yet. I showed it to Rachel, and she was like, "You shouldn't show Mummy."
Sounds like we need another wives episode. Another wives episode of the Patreon bonus show.
Okay.
Just to reveal that.
Okay. What?
No, live.
That's not a good idea. Why? Okay.
No, isn't that what we did last time? No,
weird.
Did we not? How did you tell Chen you were getting it done last time, James?
No, we talked about it, didn't we? That it was going to happen, but she didn't know what the design was. She still doesn't know what the design is.
Okay. I thought you told her the bet was happening live on the show.
No, it's a badly drawn Wookiee.
No. So we've genuinely got a tattoo artist to do this. This is actually happening. I felt like this is mad. Okay, right. Where are we? Sorry. Let's get back to the show. A little bit of focus. This is my bad. Sorry.
Mickelfood Von Discotech. Hello, lovely lads. Just a quick note of praise and thanks. I love the pod, but I sometimes forget how lucky we are from a game's perspective to have the level of journalism the pod offers. Here we go. It was Sean's review of Dragon's Dogma 2 that really made me try something I never would have had normally. The level of balanced assessment of both the good and bad was just exceptional, and not only did it make me purchase and love Dragon's Dogma 2, go through it and purchase Dragon's Dogma 1 also. These are games I had no interest in, I never would have bought, and thanks to the dying physical magazine format, would likely never have heard of. You are pretty much my only barometer for what is good and interesting, and you are seldom wrong. I just wanted to say thanks for the journalism. I don't think of TCGS as journalistic due to the format, but you are, and given the hours you put in, you're my only independent reference for quality gaming journalism and arse-wiping news. Thanks.
What?
That is very kind, thank you. I certainly wouldn't call this journalism personally, but
I might put journalist on my Twitter bio now.
There is part of me that just kind of thinks, oh, mate, my reply to this should be, no, you should be looking elsewhere.
Yeah, you should really consider branching out.
It's like someone just buying a Switch. You go, okay, it's great. You're having a good time with it, but also probably get another one.
It always. I mean, not that it happens often anymore, but when we're applying for passes for events, which is not a lot these days.
But back in 2018.
Well, but now these days, it's like I instinctively go for the press bit, and it's like, no, I'm a creator now.
You're a content creator, Sean. Don't deny your roots.
Influencer.
Yeah,
it always throws me off. That.
We should do an event just so James has to walk around with an influencer badge.
Oh my god! Why wasn't the tattoo influencer? Why didn't the tattoo just say influencer? Oh, that would have been
James
amazing.
wouldn't have allowed it anyway, would he? So
I would. That'd be fine. I'd have been happy with that.
I don't think we've had this in feedback, but after last week's episode, as I was driving to work, I started laughing, thinking about the tattoo bet stuff, and thought, oh, we spent 20 minutes with you two coming up with ideas, and in the end, you're both getting an idea that I came up with. And then, as I was thinking that, Sean sent me a message saying, it's just hit me that we were thinking about ideas for 20 minutes, and they're getting one that you've come up with.
Yeah, I absolutely pissed take actually when I realised that.
I got a message from a friend of the show, Chris Span, saying the same thing as well. It's great.
Because I come up with some nice ideas.
So did I.
Yeah, that was it. No, it was disproportionate. You're absolutely right there. Right, James smashed that brief. He come up with some really cool ideas that had good references to the show. You come up with a 12 by 12 grid.
That was clever. The Heavy Rain one could have been genuinely nice. What else did I pick? Other things. The Star Wars and Star Trek thing, that'd be funny and, and clever.
That was disrespectful, Matt, is what that was.
Well, you're lost. I might get that myself next after this one, actually.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Someone at work came up to me. I was in the kitchen. They said, you need to change your position, Matt. I was like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, yeah, you changed. And I was like, what? He's like, of the tattoos. Oh, the tattoo. Okay, right. Yeah. Now I'm thinking actually, like it's going on my arse, obviously, but now maybe part of me is thinking a little bit higher. So if I'm wearing like swimming shorts or something, or shorts in general, no top, you can see a little Wookiee head poking out.
That would be class.
So a bit of a tree, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like you don't see all of it unless you see the whole cheek, but if you want, you see a little head poking out.
Yeah.
And also, someone's like,
the head of that Wookiee.
yeah, I genuinely might get that because just above my belt or swimming shorts, etc. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Best of both worlds.
I mean, yeah, sure, it'd be good.
Little Wookiee head poking out.
Who's that little fella?
Who's that little guy? And I'm like, I can't show the whole thing unless I've had 2 drinks.
All the conversations about what happens after the bet's finished is all about how Matt is getting the tattoo. There's been no discussion about James getting it. So I'd love it if it come out and 9, 9, 9, 10, 10, 9, 9, 9. It gets like 98. It gets the highest.
Yeah, I mean, I would
rating.
genuinely love nothing more if it's like, turns out secret stunner of the year. People didn't expect it.
If that's what's written, then that's what's written.
Right. You should that as a tattoo. Yoda. Also, I was thinking, like, James, when you wear like a white shirt for work, you're gonna see that Wookiee.
Never wear white
He
shirts.
doesn't wear white shirts.
But do you not wear? You don't wear, when you do a conference or a talk or something. You don't wear a white shirt.
Yeah, but then usually I wear like a jacket or something as well.
What if it's hot, James? You'll see the Wookiee.
I hate that. See, that's why I really hate conferences in the summer because it's just like.
But you do go to them in summer, yeah?
Of course. Yeah.
So you'll see the Wookiee, is what I'm saying.
There's a possibility that could happen.
A Wookiee's gonna be at every conference you go to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, can we move on? Next,
Yeah.
next feedback, please.
Oh shit! He's
this
right,
is from someone called Sean Bagg. That's Sean Bagg. All right, Bags. This has been bugging me for a while. When Dave is reading out full Nels members, is it Moomin Biscuit and then a separate person, trans rights or human rights? Are they 2 separate names, or is it Moomin Biscuit, trans rights or human rights? One name. For someone who went to the Brit school, his dictation is atrocious. Do they not teach people to enunciate there? Anyway, great show. Good bag. Kiss, kiss from Sean Bagg.
Wait, hold on. How are you supposed to do it? I go, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, trans rights are human rights. That's what
I thought it was pretty clear. I've seen people in the
one.
chat asking before, but obviously we see it written down, so maybe we're biased. I don't know.
No,
it's
that
all one word.
is fine. I think it's when before you were saying like Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap. It's like, is that 2 people? But yeah, you've
all right. You're reading
adapted.
it out next week then.
You've adapted.
You're reading it out next week after your performances of reading stuff out, Matt.
I'm the worst. That's why I don't do that bit. Otherwise, I'll probably be doing that bit and hosting, I think. Adder back. Shout out to Dave for his thoughts on Harold Halibut, along with Arcade Paradise. I can honestly say I would never have given him a second look. I completed Arcade Paradise and I'm in total agreement in his summing up of Harold Halibut, although I'm shocked it didn't click with Shaw.
Yeah, I thought that would have clicked with you, Sean. I think all of your criticisms were absolutely bang on. But like I am very, very surprised that you didn't see the heart behind it. But there you go.
Yeah.
Dave, or anyone of you
later.
Are you not tempted with Arcade Paradise VR that came out last week?
Nah. Well, I haven't really got a VR headset anymore.
They don't really make anything for the Quest 1 now, do they?
Yeah, my Quest 1 is kind of dead.
Sort of tempted, but then I played the original to death, so I don't know if I'd get that much more out of it.
Maybe not.
Also, what I find really strange is that we're like one of the biggest gaming podcasts in the country.
Fact.
And we've got a direct link with a huge VR company.
Fact.
It's just weird that we've not been hooked up, to be honest with you, Sean. It's strange.
Yeah, it is actually.
It is odd. Yeah,
probably just flick a switch.
It's probably
make it rain headsets.
Sack the person responsible for that, I think.
Oh, come on. There's loads. There are some laying about in a room.
No one would know.
To be.
I don't know if you check out the news I've got later, maybe it's not quite that way.
Okay.
Yeah. But just on the VR bit, quickly. Yeah. So a new Walkabout mini golf course came out a few days ago as well.
Venice, isn't it?
Venice, yeah, looks very
nice.
nice.
I really want to try that.
And there's a new contractors showdown. It's like a battle royale, 60 players. It looks awesome, and it's on Quest, and it's been getting incredibly good reviews on the store. So, kind of
just rubbing it in.
Just tempted about it. Okay. Push button Joe. Oh, sorry, hang on. Josh Putten Bow. Why are you doing this to me? Josh Push Bow. Dear cheery Midnight Resistance fancast, I think we need to clear the air on Sean only liking shit games. The only person responsible for Sean liking shit games is Sean. I provided a perfectly acceptable list of games he could like, and he went and played a game about breeding rare plants in a stately manner. For fuck's sake, he doesn't really help himself. Much love from Joe.
It's true. The stars really aligned on that one, didn't they? After like 1 week, we got those emails. Here's what he's allowed to like, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm playing Botany Manor. Sorry."
You can't stop this train.
Imagine though if you were playing and really into Harold Halibut. Like, I mean, that is. If I hadn't heard it and played it myself, I would have gone, "Oh, fuck off, Sean." Maybe you said the title of it.
Gary Smackhead has a message.
Oh, Dutton's message.
Yeah, he's on tough times. A patron tier where David is forced to pronounce every T in tattoo. You could all retire after a month.
Oh yeah, who says tattoo though? Tattoo. No one says that.
Well, what do you say?
Tattoo.
Tattoo. Yeah, tattoo, isn't it? Again, if
hey, listen, mate. If my class isn't good enough for you, Gary, then
if you're from a
it's
southern
a bit
persuasion,
much that Gary Smackhead is fully ranked.
Yeah, you don't live up to his standards.
please pronounce it correctly.
Yeah. Lewis B. I must have missed the origin of the bet, but what in the world does someone put their faith behind?
What world?
Fucking hell, I'll start again. Lewis B. I must have missed the origin.
You're having a go at me about the reading of the.
This is why, we'll move on.
Gary Smackhead's going to go for Matt next week.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it.
Please go easy on my Gary Smackhead. Lewis B. I must have missed the origin of the bet, but in what world does someone put their faith behind Ubisoft to release a banger these days? Was it down to the announcement trailer or something? That's exactly what it's down to, Lewis B. It was a good trailer.
And it was. I'll tell
Last
you
week you said concept art.
I'll tell you exactly what happened, right? Matt. Right, okay. Here's my analysis of the situation. Okay. Whenever anything comes out, Matt's like, "No, it looks really good. It's going to be great." Right, that's his default. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the good in things. Yeah, why not?
James hates Ubisoft, and they're doing Star Wars. So James gave it the whole, "Nah, it's gonna be shit."
It was that, and also because the developer is the one that made the Division as well, which I think is very good.
Saying that, James, but they also made the Avatar game. But this is
it's also not very good.
People thought that's surprisingly good, actually.
Didn't it get like 70s? Didn't we check on?
Yeah, but that's
on Metacritic.
Yeah.
So what happened was James was being all, "Nah, it's gonna be crap," and that got Matt's back up. And he started giving it back, and there was a little bit of going on like, "Well, I'll bet you it is then. I'll bet you it's the most stupid bet ever." And how it got to tattoos is absolutely beyond me. It's a stupid idea. I don't know why they're doing it, but here we are.
Yeah, but no, good trailer. Excited for that.
Okay.
Barry from Cornwall. Dear TCGS, and in particular Matt, can you stop being so shit at arguing your point? On a weekly basis now, Dave says to you that the characters in Final Fantasy VII are rubbish, and every week you fail to put him straight on this. The characters in Final Fantasy VII are famously brilliant. That's the reason it's been one of the most beloved games over the last 20 plus years. A whole generation of gamers fell in love with Cloud and co. It's the reason this otherwise cynical 50-year-old gamer feels all gooey inside as soon as that music starts up. So come on, Matt. This really should be an easy win, even for me.
That's a bit harsh.
Wow, Barry.
A little bit harsh.
I never thought I'd say this, but I want to hear more from Gary Smackhead. Yeah. I mean, they're good, aren't they?
No.
All right.
They are good. The game's good. Yeah, I'm shit.
Have you played any more of Rebirth?
No, I haven't done. No, I've been busy. But it's not because I don't want to. Last week was a fucking disaster. I haven't played anything this week, but I will finish it, and I do intend to go back to it because I was enjoying it.
All right, mate. Yeah, we believe you.
Did you hear the news about how it's like they think it hasn't done very well?
Yeah, but it's Square Enix,
really?
So of course they would.
Yeah.
They probably
always
sell
say
like
that about
500
every
billion
game they
copies.
release.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not done
Compared with Remake, it didn't do as well apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I mean the reviews were more consistently positive, weren't they? Than it was. What got the biggest Metacritic rating? Rebirth or Remake? Have a look, James.
Have a look.
Yeah, have a look.
Read
have
another
look while
thing
we
while
do
I'm
the
looking
last
it
bit
up.
of feedback.
Yes. Luke Spockwalker. Did Dave really complain about an hour-long episode of a TV show on a 2-hour-long episode of this podcast?
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
Sean.
he's got you
It's
there.
not,
No,
though,
that
is
is
it?
fair enough.
Because
Yeah,
the
well,
whole
it is
point
because
is...
we're used to long podcasts, but
Yeah, but you can
but
have
I
a
can see
podcast on while you do other things. You're not sitting down with the wife to listen. I mean, some people might. No, that's brilliant if you
the
do.
wife.
But you're not sitting down with your wife
A bloody
to
ball and
listen to
chain.
podcasts, right? That's not...
You're not sitting down with her indoors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking hell, mate.
Ball and chain.
What?
Bloody hell.
What in a fucking snooker?
I turned the fucking darts off for this, mate.
Point still stands.
I think Luke Walker has made a very funny observation there. What about
I think it's flawed.
that?
How about that?
Yeah, Luke, try and come back from that. You won't because you're dead.
Go on, what scored higher, James?
Okay, so Rebirth scored higher. It got 92.
Yeah, I thought it did.
There you go.
I thought it did. The reviews were really positive when
Yeah.
Rebirth come out. But yeah, I suppose the chatter did die down pretty quickly. I don't know.
Well,
It's mainly
Well,
because
it did
Matt's
on this
not
show
playing
because
it.
Matt hasn't played it.
Yeah.
I have played it. I haven't finished it.
To outsource an opinion on it. And he's,
Oh,
he's not
yeah, I
touched
forgot
it
about
since.
that.
I fucking it's like okay. It's a good game. The characters.
Thank you,
etc.
Sarah. You're always welcome. Yeah, okay. Is that it for feedback?
Yes, go to tcgs.co to leave your feedback.
Okay, let's
Or
get
else.
to the news.
Okay, so Activision Blizzard has had a big impact on Microsoft earnings, but unfortunately the console sales are still going down. So Microsoft's gaming revenue increased by 1.8 billion, or 51% year on year, and the Xbox content and services revenue increased by 62%. But Microsoft said that this is because of the net impact from the acquisition of Activision Blizzard.
So how's that
This is-
work?
If they didn't have Activision Blizzard, then there wouldn't have been that increase. It would have been
So
down.
that only went through kind of pretty late in the year.
This
But-
is for the 3 months. This is like for the 3 months of this year, I believe, up until March.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's making a fuckload of money in just one quarter.
Yeah,
And that's why they're worth that amount. Like, it's
Yeah.
insane.
I mean you can see why they were so desperate to close
Yeah, I was
that
going to
deal,
say,
'cause
now
it's like
it
Yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, wow.
But then they said hardware revenue has decreased by 31% year on year
Wow.
because of poor sales of consoles, and they said Starfield didn't have any impact at all on increasing it.
Well,
Probably put people off.
And because also there was a 30% drop this
we're
time
going to
last
get
year
shit
as well.
again, Sean. Just bite your tongue.
No,
for
they've all
one
given up
fucking
now.
week.
We've slagged off Starfield a few times recently, and no one's even bothered.
we
They're all,
haven't had the-
they're all
yeah.
morally
now you've done
defeated
it.
now.
The inbox
Yeah.
could be on fire now next week.
Yeah, so it's 31% down this year, and then last year was also 30% down. And they also didn't mention increases or decreases in Game Pass subs this year, because normally they
Probably
talk about that,
decreases then.
but they didn't. So it's probably stayed static, I'd imagine. So yeah, that's
I mean, yeah, we said this last year. It's no surprise. Yeah, just it's sad, isn't it? Like, if this keeps happening, I mean, what's going to be left of Xbox? It's like a broken record, I know, but my God.
if this keeps happening, there's even more incentive to just keep releasing stuff on other consoles as well. Because at least then you're making cash, and that seems to be.
Or
what they're
they
most
start to
interested
look at as PCs are their format from now on. That they move the Xbox brand over to
But
PC
then they're
and stop
competing
releasing
with
hardware.
Steam.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's more
Massive,
suicide
yeah.
mission,
I
I
mean,
think.
there's been all those bizarre, well, not bizarre
Yeah.
rumors, but those things about how Steam's coming to Xbox as well, or other stores are coming to Xbox. But I don't
know
I don't
what
see how
all
that
that's
fixes
about.
their problem. Honestly,
The way I think, where these reports come from, I swear it could just be that someone either heard that someone from Microsoft has contacted Steam, or someone was seen around a building or whatever, and it's always like filling in holes and leaking information out. I mean, we've genuinely seen this stuff firsthand, where someone's heard a rumor from somewhere, someone else has heard a rumor from somewhere else, and they've combined it to create,
Yeah,
something that's
they
not
happen
gonna
to have spoken to each other and gone, "Have you heard what I've heard?" And they've gone, "What
Yeah.
about Microsoft and Steam?" Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's then off
And
it
then
goes.
it gets wrong. So I never really look at that stuff as an indication of anything, but what it could indicate is not necessarily what's being reported, but that Microsoft are fucking doing something. Like there's something's gonna change. So I cannot wrap my head around where they're going in terms of their business strategy. Like what what are they pushing towards?
I don't think they know.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, it feels like there was a period of a few weeks where it was like there was just different things. Oh, now Phil Spencer said they might do this actually, and he thinks this is a good idea, and now they're going to do that, and probably most of it will come to nothing. But it was it just felt like a very odd, like he's just sort of saying things and seeing
it's
what
an
sticks.
interesting
I know,
approach,
and I said
isn't it?
before, I don't want people like Phil Spencer to feel like they can't say these things, but it did feel a bit strange. Yeah.
See, I reckon it's because they bet everything on Game Pass, really, and it hasn't panned out as they were expecting it was going to, or hoping it was going to.
It's all about
And
the
now-
content.
Yeah, and
So I
now
don't
they
think-
don't know what to do. I think.
I mean, I think in a perfect world, or 5-10 years, if we ever get to that point, with voice studios, the hope is that it'll be pushing out big games, successful games, lots more games. Then you can see, there's like Netflix. So, this is this month's thing everyone's talking about. Subscribe, but that's obviously what Game Pass wants. They want these big hitters every month, 2 months, quarter to get people back to resub, to keep their sub going. There's probably a reason we haven't heard about Game Pass increases because. I don't know. I mean, it has had lots of smaller things that we've enjoyed, but no, like, oh my god, you've got to get back on Game Pass because of this big hitter, that first party title. I mean, obviously we've got Hellblade 2 coming this year. We've got Indiana Jones. There's some other things, but yeah, without the content, the service will suffer. Even though I do appreciate there are probably lots of smaller things that maybe we're not all like jumping for joy about, but there was content on there.
It's weird, isn't it? Yeah, because like I still really like Game Pass, still use it a lot, but yeah, there was a time when if something came out and you told someone it was on Game Pass and they said they weren't on Game Pass, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're an idiot."
Yeah.
Whereas now, you'd be like, "Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Like maybe resub for this, but don't." Yeah.
I also think it's slightly confusing that they've rolled in the other side of their service to Game Pass now. Game Pass Core is essentially just the online stuff.
Yeah.
So, I think that sort of muddies the water a little bit because it feels like you have to get Game Pass. Well, you do have to get Game Pass if you want to play games online, but it's Game Pass where you don't get any of the Game Pass games. It's
you do. You get like a little collection, don't you? But it's
do you
like
get
20 games
a
or
small
something,
collection?
Yeah. It's a bit like the PlayStation collection. Like when we got PS5 and stuff.
You know what they should do with that? They should do what Spotify does, where can you only like shuffle tracks on free Spotify? I'm like a premium member, but I'm very sure that's the case.
Where you boot up a game and you don't know what you're going to play.
Yeah, you play a game, and then when that game ends, you just get put into another game. You can't change.
I thought you were going to say no. I thought you were going to say you could play a game, but you have to play the levels in random order.
I mean, all that. But we're good side. No, I don't want that. Shuffle. No, you can't choose that. Maybe we should do that. I should be the new Phil in a way.
In a way. Yeah.
But yeah, I've always said this: like, we need a successful Microsoft to push Sony to, to keep the, not that the industry absolutely needs that, because I think Sony will keep doing what it's doing, and so will Nintendo. But if we all want a better industry and more competitiveness, then we need some Microsoft.
There is nothing worse than Sony being that far on top.
It's true.
Honestly, they have done some awful. I've seen some of the things they've done when they were that far ahead. I've looked at and gone, this is so anti-consumer that it actually makes me angry. I remember the whole returns policy debacle, and stuff like that. They need a competitor to keep them in check.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I don't know if Xbox are going to be that competitor anymore.
Would you agree they've never been this far ahead? It feels like, even in terms of, I mean, maybe console sales, yes or no. I know obviously 360 and PS3 was pretty close, and Xbox One was bad, and PS4 was really good. But like in terms of mind share as well, it just feels like they're so far away from each other.
PS1
I think
was
PS2 and Xbox, the original Xbox, PS2 was so
PS2
far ahead.
and the original Xbox. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. But as Microsoft have said themselves, the last generation was the most important one because that was the generation that the mainstream were building their digital library.
Digital libraries, yeah.
If Microsoft did pull out, I'm not saying they would, do you think anyone would bother trying to compete with Sony? Do you think anyone new would emerge and be like, yeah, fuck it, we'll make a console then if there's room?
Well, the only people that could would be like the big kind of tech giants, because it'd be like Google, Apple. We know what they've tried.
Well, I guess Amazon, companies that have already shown they don't know how to run a gaming platform.
It'd be like Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, who know, and or Disney, but like those kinds of companies. And if they're not, or they've tried, or don't want to, then I can't see. I mean, even a company like Microsoft, with all the money it's got, is losing. And we'll come to a meta story later. But like all the money these huge companies have got, they're still losing loads of money.
I still don't think that Microsoft will ever stop making Xboxes. I don't think that's going to happen, but I can really see them going, like, releasing all their stuff on other platforms as well. Because one of the things that Microsoft have always been consistently very good at, not just with like Xbox stuff, but with Windows and everything, has been supporting legacy stuff. Like they often support things for a very, very long time, and I can see them doing that with Xbox as well. Like maybe it doesn't become such a focus, but I don't think they'll ever bin it off.
Here's a question, James. So, Microsoft decide to release everything on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still buy a PlayStation and an Xbox?
I probably wouldn't know, but other people may because they may be really into Game Pass and stuff.
I can't see a reason to. I wouldn't buy a £400 to £500 console just for Game Pass. I can't imagine me ever doing that.
It depends, though, doesn't it? Because if you don't have any console at all, like you've got nothing, and then you're just thinking, okay, what do I want to play here? And if all the stuff is on Game Pass, like Activision Blizzard stuff and all that kind of thing, maybe it's that there'd be a reason to do that. But then you're also missing out on a lot of stuff.
That's the situation now. People are deciding whether they want a console based around this Game Pass service or a console where you're just buying the games outright, which is what seems to be the majority of the people are doing on the PlayStation, and they're choosing the PlayStation.
Also, one thing, like we've been lamenting Microsoft and all this for years, it seems like, and some people are probably pissed off the fact we're always kicking them. But like, according to Microsoft's financials at the end of January, like gaming is now Microsoft's third biggest business behind like servers and Office, but it's bigger than Windows. Yeah, it contributed 7.1 billion, which is more than 5.26 billion that Windows generates. So, but again, maybe obviously internally they would never really change. It's just that we're seeing the sales and like what's on Game Pass or consoles are doing this and the other. But actually, look, it's obviously a huge part of Microsoft and probably getting bigger, especially with the acquisition, etc.
Exactly, that gaming revenue, how much of that is mobile games? How much of that is Activision Blizzard? That kind of thing. It's like it'd be interesting to know what percentage of that is like Xbox hardware, for example, that's like bringing that in.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean hardware, hardly.
But that's not what Matt's saying though. Like we're looking at this as some sort of failure and end of Xbox as it is, when really, if it is contributing that much to the business, then maybe they don't see it that way.
Exactly, they're not going to see it as being a failure, but they may see it as being a better strategy to sell things multi-platform, because then you can release all that stuff on everything.
I mean that does make sense. Like, there are so many PS5s out there. Why wouldn't you, if you had a great game, sell it on every platform? I mean, it's the people who are like really precious about, no, Xbox this and PlayStation that. But actually, financially, surely that makes total sense. Like when we were going through all the acquisition stuff, like, yes, obviously release Call of Duty on PS5. Like you're missing out on billions by not doing that. So financially,
I do wonder, right? And this is just stupid thinking. I'm sure.
Just spitballing.
I'm just spitballing here, but I do wonder how much a console wars contributes to merchandise sales. Do you know what I mean?
Well, because of the weird sort of tribalism around it and the
you're even
loyalty
Xbox or a PlayStation guy, and then you go to the shops and there's Xbox lamps and T-shirts and mugs and all that, and PlayStation shit. That's not small fry. That's they must make decent money out of all of that shit.
Asda are doing well. Yeah.
but if there was no Xbox and if the only gaming console was a PlayStation, would you feel the need to wear it on
everyone
a T-shirt?
up to try and pick a team? Then what happens to that sort of? I'm sure it's insignificant, but interesting nonetheless. That's probably enough chat about it, though. Should we move on?
Yeah. So next story is about Meta losing quite a lot of money on VR slash AR. So since June 2022, they've been losing money at a rate of more than $1 billion per month on Reality Labs. But Meta have affirmed its commitment to Reality Labs, saying we continue to expect operating losses to increase meaningfully year on year due to ongoing product development efforts and our investments to further scale our ecosystem. But they've also said that they're going to be stepping up their investment into AI, where this is increasing like massively compared with what they're putting into AR VR now. So yeah, there you go.
It's just so fascinating, isn't it? Like, obviously,
well, everyone's waiting for Matt to talk.
I've got no thoughts.
Say anything. It's fascinating. Like, obviously, it's at least one person's job to look at these numbers and be like, no, this is going to pay off. And it's wild. I mean, as an owner of a Quest 3, I'm very happy with it. But it is just absolutely mind-boggling just seeing these numbers. But then, I'm hardly surprised because there's no, I've said before, there's no reason to pay full price for anything on the Quest because of the weird discount code,
that's
referral
right.
system.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't believe they're keeping
stuff
that
like
going.
that's just nuts. Don't know how they allow it.
Matt, why don't you just man up a bit and come out with an opinion about this?
Well, that's actually quite a toxic saying, actually, Dave.
It is.
Do you want to apologise now? Or...
Grow some balls.
Okay, next news story.
Cojones.
Okay, no, I want Matt. What are your thoughts on this?
No, I think they're always going to lose a load of money.
How much do you get paid?
Per hour. Save it for a bonus show. No,
Okay.
I mean, they obviously have put all this money in because they feel there's a huge opportunity to own the space. And I guess with all the money they get from ads and all the other kind of Facebook Meta services, like they're the only ones who really can afford or willing to do this because they feel like they can see 5, 10, 15 years in the future.
They've spent all this money owning the space, but then they're the only one in the space. Is that what it is?
Well, no,
Sony clearly can't be asked.
They've done, aren't they?
I suppose, because that's the bigger question. I don't know if this is covered in the article or not, but is it just that Meta is just that big that it can absorb this?
Yeah, they can.
100%, yeah.
And because they said like the other things like WhatsApp, Instagram, the Facebook app to a degree, like are bringing in like huge amounts of cash, and they're it's it's fine.
I mean, obviously Apple makes a shed load of cash. And they obviously recently developed the Apple Vision Pro, but it feels like Meta with they can. Well, I guess Meta and Apple are like the ones that can properly get away with doing this. They obviously see it as being a future, and they've made huge strides to open new products. They've got all sorts coming down the line. What one would assume. So, I mean, thank God they're doing it, is what I guess I would say, because AR and VR would be in a very different spot if it wasn't for Meta throwing all this money into it.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I say keep going. Please.
How much that money are you getting that they're throwing into it, Matt?
About half.
I cannot believe we haven't had a PSVR 2 flash sale yet. I can't believe that's not been a thing. I want it to be like, do you remember when DJ Hero went? When DJ Hero, you could get DJ Hero for like 15 quid in pretty much every shop. And you were like, what? This great. Yeah, we just need it out the warehouse. We just need it out the warehouse at this point.
Yeah, PSVR 2, that's, I think.
What would be the price, Matt?
For what?
PSVR 2 that it dropped down to for you to go, I'm getting that.
I don't know.
There is no price.
There is no
price. If it was free, he wouldn't have one. Doesn't need the clutter.
I just feel like if you're going to get a VR headset, I mean, Quest is the better option in terms of support.
That, James.
Oh, James has lost. James has lost.
It's a shame because PSVR 2 is a great headset. It's comfiest one, best specs I think apart from Vision Pro. I love the controllers. Corner Mountain was great, but just would love more support.
Wasn't there? This isn't in the news, but isn't there a story about Apple cutting back on manufacture of the Vision Pro as well?
Yeah, heavily cutting back.
Makes
yeah.
Sense.
But I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, who's surprised that that's quite a niche device?
Yeah, that was always going to be a luxury thing, wasn't it? But
there was some confusion about that because,
beyond luxury.
Analysts estimated, they're going to sell like 400,000 Vision Pros, and then there's a story this week saying Apple only sold 400,000 Vision Pros. Like, wow, and if that was aligned with analysts, like where are we? And Apple aren't stupid. They would have known a $3,500 headset was not going to go mainstream. This is again a future play for the Vision, the non-pro version, the lower price. They're getting all their learnings now, and they're getting developers excited, interested in what they can do with AR and VR, spatial computing. So this was never going to be a mainstream play. So this would not surprise them. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I saw something today about Vision Pro 2 won't be out until 2027. Again, this is not going to be an annual thing. They will take the learnings and then move forward. I mean, it's good they're doing something, but it's a wild system.
I did really like those think pieces that said things like what Apple can do to make it so that people want to buy this. Well, don't sell it for $3,500. Is probably a
knock it down to a
start.
sixth of the price.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, I know you're saying that Sony are not really supporting it in the right way, the PSVR 2, but it does have Walkabout Mini Golf, and it also has PokeStars. So
what else do you need?
that's all I need. So if they're going to sell it for 200 quid, the flat
So
sale
if they sold it for say 179 or something like that, or 200, would you get one, David?
100%. Yeah. I would definitely get one.
But why? Like, if there's not much support,
So I could play PokerStars and the golf one.
Mini golf. Yeah.
Mini golf.
So I could play those 2 games. Worth that. It's worth that.
Worth that over spending a bit more to get a Quest 3.
Yeah, because I'm going to be playing the same games and they're not going to look as good. See, it doesn't make
Walkabout Mini Golf looks the
Careful,
fucking
careful.
same. Doesn't matter what you play it on.
Oh, here we go. I've tweaked him. I've had a nibble.
James,
I've had a nibble.
have a
from
talk,
Sean
please.
Bell.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, if you want a wired headset in 2024, then go for it.
I mean, I'm going to be sitting down playing poker 90% of the time, so it's fine.
We should do it again, by the way.
Fine.
Yeah, we should.
I can't. My headset is
No,
like
to call
James
me that.
Farley's Xbox One. Do you remember when he had that?
Oh god,
He was
yeah.
moaning.
It was terrible, that Xbox One, or the original Quest headset, which is also garbage. Anyway,
And how much did you
That
pay
wasn't
for yours, James?
garbage.
Let's
That
not
wasn't
slag off
garbage.
the thing
You
that,
got it for
you know.
free.
yeah,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
rubbish. Anyway,
All right.
next story is that Fallout 4's next gen update came out, but it has a lot of problems. So the Steam version apparently has the most technical problems, and the PlayStation had this weird issue whereby the upgrade path was not very clear, because if you got it from like PlayStation Plus, which a lot of people did, it wouldn't upgrade. Apparently that's been fixed now. But then also the Xbox version didn't have a quality mode, so you couldn't play it in 4K, which is a bit odd. And also they said like loads of like existing bugs haven't been fixed. And I mean, one of the best comments, this was from IGN, like noted this. This guy called Unwilling Arsonist had said, you got to love that Bethesda polish, that have been put on this thing, because there was like this post showing like these makeshift weapons, which had like missing textures and stuff appearing as like floating red exclamation marks and stuff like that. And yeah, it apparently wasn't very
It's
good.
just so strange. Like, it's just such an unforced error, right? Because they missed the release date of the TV show, assuming that was the plan, right? They already missed that.
Yeah, you've got to imagine, yeah.
Yeah, so they missed that by a bit. All the games are enjoying more attention anyway. So actually, they didn't need to put this out, to sort of correlate with the show either. Clearly, it wasn't ready. There was also the Fallout London stuff. I don't know if any of you have followed this. So Fallout London is this huge, really ambitious mod for the PC version. There's loads of proper industry talent have like pitched in on it, and it looks amazing. And basically, so as soon as it was announced that this update was coming out, the Fallout London team were like, well, we may as well just fucking down tools now, because we don't know if any of this is going to work when the new update hits, because it affects how mods work and stuff. So they're pissed off as well. It's just, they could have just not released the patch.
Because that's the
Heads
thing.
are like, quick, we need a negative headline about Fallout.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving the TV show, they're loving the games. Quick, just do something. Oh, yeah, we
Release the
fucked it.
canvas bags. Get the canvas bags.
Yeah, announce a new bag.
I do. Fallout is riddled with problems, isn't it? Through the history.
It really is.
I nearly downloaded it again, though. I'll probably go and have a little wander around Fallout 4 again. Go to the railway bit. I hate those people.
A lot of people have been playing Fallout 76. They had like over 1 million people at one day, like playing that game, which is interesting.
Well, it probably is good.
play,
Again, this is one of those games where silently it is actually doing really well. It's just it's not in the news anymore, but it's probably got massive
watched a video
player
about it
base anyway.
recently. I completely forgot that when it launched, I don't know if this was like a proper decision they made or if it was like a technical thing that ended up being a proper decision. But I forgot there were no NPCs in that game when it first launched.
Yeah, it was all just like reading text and stuff, wasn't it? Like,
and it was supposed to be like, but it's because it's all real people and that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
They've added NPCs now, and it feels way better as a result, apparently. But
super weird.
bizarre.
I just remember that Fallout 4 introduced that whole base building stuff. and it did it right at the start, didn't really explain it too well, and then forced you to do it as part of the main quest, like right towards the end of the game. Do you remember that? Where you had to put the cables up and wire up like a generator thing, and I was just like, oh, fuck this. What a strange game that was. TV show's good, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still only a few episodes in, but we've finished Shogun
Same.
now, so yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Thanks
Next
for the
story.
update.
Is that Switch 2 reportedly has magnetic Joy-Cons and probably won't, and probably won't support existing ones that from the original Switch.
Yeah, I think I've balls that up. My prediction was that they were going to go ahead and use the same ones, but when the reports about the screen being significantly bigger started coming through, I was like, okay, I might have misjudged this one.
Well,
Nothing
the
about there being
report says slightly bigger, so
Ooh.
nothing about there being
Magnets,
a second detachable screen.
they've not mentioned that in this report. Sure.
No, well, they missed that out, didn't they? That's
Maybe it's too hot,
embarrassing for them. Does anyone think that magnetics is a really bad idea?
Yeah.
Not just pull off really easily.
That's what I'd be worried about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
I've never really understood this current obsession with magnets in technology. I mean, the fucking MagSafe stuff on the iPhone's crap.
Is
Why?
it?
In what way?
Crap. Well, when you put a case on it, even the official Apple ones, it just doesn't work. It's not strong enough. We've got
What are
like
you
a
talking about?
magnetic holder thing in the car,
Yeah.
and if I take it off, it's not too bad. You just whack the phone on
but
it, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I've
You put the
literally never
case
had a
on.
problem with that. I did
I've
that.
got
Oh,
a case on my
it's
phone
one
now.
of these. Oh, okay, I'm lying
it's like-
then.
Well, you
Yeah.
maybe got a shit MagSafe. Like that's
Hang
just
on,
like
David, where did you get your MagSafe case from?
What this official Apple?
Is it the official one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's the official one.
Okay.
Well,
That's the
logo on it and
leather,
everything.
leather official one.
Okay.
I'm getting. I
maybe-
did buy fake silicon ones, but I got so pissed off with taking them in and out of my pocket that I went back to this
Pocket.
battered leather one. Yeah, I don't
I
know,
think it
man.
sounds like a skill issue. MagSafe's fine.
Okay.
Phil Wall in the chat has just pointed out that he's heard that magnets mess with Hall effect sticks as well, which sounds right because they
that's
rely
right.
on magnets.
This new stick technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
they're gonna be
magnets,
using
how
that,
do they
aren't
work?
They're
How
gonna be
do
doing
they work?
Whatever's
I
cheap.
Do
wonder.
they work?
Yeah, so I don't know what to make of that. It seems weird. It seems like they might just fucking pull off while you're trying to use the fucking thing. I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming that they're magnetic in terms of they're not going to be like it's not loose magnet. It's not like they're not just going to attach like that, are they? I'm assuming that you slide them in and it magnetically shoots down or something.
I guess that
There's no way
still
it's just
seems
magnetically attached to it.
but okay. I'd rather it just clicked in like the old ones then. Still,
Yeah, the only problem with the old ones is sometimes that little clip can break. Have you ever had one of
true.
those?
No.
Yeah, that's a little bit annoying.
Apparently,
again-
also the Switch Pro controller will work with the Switch 2 as well, like the current
Oh,
Pro
that's
controller.
a good shout.
Okay.
That controller.
What's this based on? Sorry, what's the source for this?
So the source is a long-running Spanish video games website called Vandal, who have also predicted other stuff or said other stuff that has actually happened. So it's maybe will happen,
what?
but we don't know. Hang on, well, that means I've got to go back and look up everything.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
All right.
Yeah, it's here. It's worth noting that prior to Switch OLED's reveal, Vandal accurately reported on some of the console's features, such as the inclusion of a new standard and Ethernet port. So there you go.
God, fucking hell, there wasn't many features to report on. Was there? New screen. That was about it.
Yeah, so it says in handheld mode, the new Joy-Con rails will adopt a horizontal magnetic docking structure. So not the one we've got currently where it's like slides in vertically, it's horizontally.
Do you know, I kind of wish I hadn't included this story because it's really boring, isn't it? Can I move on to the next one?
Yep.
Okay. So GTA 5 Trevor actor claims he shot some stuff for DLC for his character, but then it was cancelled. So information was data mined from the game in 2023, suggesting that there was going to be a DLC pack for it called Agent Trevor, and this was one of 3 bits of DLC that were going to come to GTA 5, such as there was like a zombie apocalypse thing, an alien invasion, and then this Agent Trevor thing. And Stephen Ogg, who's the actor, confirmed that they did actually record lines and all that sort of stuff for this. He said Trevor was going to be undercover. He was working with the feds. We did shoot some of the stuff with James Bond Trevor, where he's still kind of a fuck up, but he's doing his best. Then it just disappeared and they never did it and never followed up on it. But apparently, a lot of these ideas went into GTA Online instead, and they didn't do it.
really?
Yeah.
It's the weakest of the three characters, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
from
never
that
got
game.
on with him.
I was thinking today, like, there was a little bit of substance to Franklin and was it Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something there. Whereas, like, Trevor was just, I don't know. It's supposed to be comic relief, and I don't think it was probably okay at the time. I don't think it aged particularly well.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back on it, he's the one character where you're kind of like, oh, yeah, I kind of forgot he's sort of like, yeah, okay. What's his deal? Oh, he's just a bit crazy in that.
Just angry.
Okay. It's just angry and weird at that. Yeah, it sounds like that this was, if they announced Agent Trevor, I don't know if I'd have been into that. I'll be honest with you.
It would have been weird. So so date mine in 2023. So I wonder when they shot the stuff. Like for them to suddenly release single player DLC potentially like 10 years after release. I wonder, using obviously the existing setup and like mechanics, it might feel really dated and weird. But
they absolutely nailed the DLC with GTA
Tony
4.
and
yeah, man.
That should be what they're aiming at. Where you're getting, they won't because it's all about online, right? But the single player 5 to 10 hour episodes that intertwine with the main story. Where you see events from the main story, but from another's perspective, characters pop in and out that you've seen before. The way they did that GTA 4 DLC, man, that was so good. So hopefully they do that again, but we know that they probably won't because all the time and effort is going to go into making GTA Online as big as it was for 5, right?
It's not just this. I mean, like there isn't any like Tears of the Kingdom single player DLC coming seemingly. There was just one for Animal Crossing. I mean, it feels like these games have sold so well. Sure, you'll get DLC and then you get all those millions of customers to buy another bit of content for 25, 30, 40 quid, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, most of these companies are like, no, we're moving on to something else, or we spent years of our life making this. We're going to work on whatever's coming next rather than seemingly, getting more revenue from all existing customers. But
it's like, and you would think from an efficiency point of view, it's still a no-brainer because you've built up all the tools. It's like because like Naughty Dog got good at this, didn't they? Because when they did, what was the sort of Uncharted 4 spin-off that was apparently really good?
Oh, that was really good. That was I've forgotten the name though. It's
what about someone for like a Secret Santa gift as well, don't you?
Oh,
I still not played it.
But the Naughty Dog were like, well, yeah, it made total sense because we just made Uncharted 4, so we got really good at making an Uncharted 4, so we could do another one in like a fraction of the time. Not that simple, obviously.
The Lost Legacy,
yeah. Like obviously it's not that simple, but yeah, it's like all the staff you've got there are fresh off making this one thing, so actually doing another bit is not is really efficient. But yeah, I don't know. But clearly, like you say, Matt, maybe it's like a creative burnout thing or something.
And particularly people moving
the way
from project to project.
Sorry, go on.
No, go on, you go.
I was going to say the way most games companies are seemingly run doesn't feel like they really care about burnout. But
yeah, but then also I think, in the case of like Rockstar, it's because of the focus on online, isn't it? Because we had that with Red Dead as well. Like there was no Red Dead 2 DLC either, and it's because presumably they were putting everything into the online instead.
Yeah, because I think
GTA
when projects
trailer, I've not watched that GTA 6 trailer for ages. I just looked it up. 187 million views.
I think people are excited about it.
That is ludicrous.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one, isn't it?
Oh yeah, in 2029.
Did they delay it since saying? No, it's still 2025, right?
Yeah, the rumors were that it will be maybe late or close to 26, but yeah, that's just rumors thus far.
Okay, we'll see. All right then, is that it for the news, James?
That is it for the news, yeah.
Cool. Let's get to what you've been playing, and we're going to start with James this week because he's probably playing the biggest release of the week.
Definitely.
PlayStation.
The hot topic.
Stellar Blade that has been censored.
Yeah, that was in the news, James. Why didn't you bring that up in the news? That's the hot thing, surely.
I was so furious
the
about
breast.
It.
Yeah, we want to see more of the breast, but we don't see as much of the breast anymore. James, are you fuming?
I mean,
livid.
Absolutely livid. About the whole thing. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen the change.org petition, but you need to get on
for
that.
people who don't know the story, what is the story? Like, I feel like we should cover this.
So the story seems to be that with Cellarblade, when they showed a pre-release trailer of this, the character was wearing a costume. That costume does not appear in the game, and so people are upset about that. And also, I think one of the other ones has been like they added like an undershirt or something to it as well to make it a bit less booby.
Yes,
I guess. And
when you say people,
42 years old, can't say the word booby with confidence.
You're as bad as these people, James.
So people are really annoyed about this. There's been all these quite funny videos online of people talking about censorship and getting really angry. And
I can't stop watching them. Honestly, it's really addictive to watch those people say, I demand this and change that, and we the people are going to stand up for what's right. And
we
you
as gamers.
Yeah,
demand
we're real
this.
Gamers. And you're ruining you're censoring our hobby. How you make me sick.
We have to take a stand here because where does it end?
Yeah, exactly. Starts off now with an undershirt. Where next?
Yeah.
A jumper.
I mean, censorship in video games. I don't know many instances where I would get angry about stuff.
Well, and let's be clear, it's never censorship. It's companies making smart business decisions.
This is what weirds me out is that this word censorship is being used, and what is it being used for? Like it's never. It always seems to be around what clothes female characters are wearing. We've been here before. It's always about this, and you just want to go, mate. Honestly, just go and I know that's an easy thing to say, right?
No,
David, they're trying to protect.
It does baffle me.
They're trying to protect the creative vision of the director of the game.
It's affecting their free speech. I mean, I think it's right. You basically can't play games these days because of woke. So
it's true. You get thrown in jail just for playing a game.
It's impossible to play any game today because of woke, and they're all different. So I think well done to them, and I hope they're very successful in their petition. Yeah, unbelievable. It's almost like I posted in our WhatsApp group, but Mega 64 did a parody 8 years ago. These people demanding.
It was so much.
It's so perfect because it's exactly what these wankers are doing right now. It's like, what? If you could take a step back and look at what you're doing, you're an absolute psychopath. Anyway, brilliant. More of that, please.
They're not wankers. They can't. The thing is, though, I saw the opening to this game when James streamed it in the week, and I just wanted to ring them all up and go, don't worry lads, there's plenty. You don't need to worry at all. It opens with a pretty much naked coming out of a ship or something.
Yeah,
and I was
she's not wearing a lot.
What's going on here?
Yeah, they should have censored this more. This is embarrassing.
Still upset, actually.
James, you're notoriously a pervert, so how are you finding this game?
Yeah, it's funny that you got sent the code for this.
I know. Yeah, we got sent the code. Did they
not we. Out of all four of us.
Just sent it straight to me. Didn't bother asking anyone else.
It's
not what that's about.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Yeah. So this, for anyone that doesn't know, this is like an action 3D adventure game that feels a bit like, I don't know, Bayonetta, maybe. I mean, when I was
genuinely thought you were going to say, and it's hot as fuck. Just all those words coming out your mouth.
The sexiest game of the year.
So it's got the usual stuff like, upgradable trees to enhance power and equipment and that kind of stuff.
Do the trees have clothes on?
No, they don't, and this is the thing. I don't know what to say about this game with regards to that because it's really
both hands we can see him, James.
There you go. Look. It's we're all good.
We're gonna have to stop the wanking jokes for a minute.
I have said that for a while now.
I mean, can I just talk about the problems the game has without referring to the aesthetics?
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered that.
Okay, so aside from how the characters look, which is it is a bit kind of like every single female character you meet in this has very large boobs.
Well, because this is one thing, and I'm sorry,
I thought we weren't going to cover this.
I know, we are.
Yeah.
It's one thing I've seen a lot of people saying is that this isn't even like you're not allowed to fancy characters from video games. It's just the fact that isn't basically every woman in it the same body type.
Exactly, and that's what's off-put. it is off-putting because it completely takes you out of any kind of story they're trying to tell here. Because you're just thinking, why is it like this? This is mad. Like I don't understand this. But this is part of the problem because the story that they've been trying to tell with this, and I'm about 10 hours into this so far because I played it quite a lot over the weekend, and the story is incredibly boring, and I could not care less about any of the characters in this game. They're so paper thin. Like there's nothing there at all. Like you've got all these characters, they're all dressing up and all this stuff and everything. You've got side characters. I mean, there's two other like sort of main sort of side characters as well, of which you learn very little about them. There's very little sort of like banter or sort of repartee between any of the characters, so you don't feel that there's any sort of like team dynamic like growing from this at all. You just think these are just completely non-entities. Like I don't really care at all about any of them, and that's a huge shame because the thing is that there are a lot of aspects about this game that are very good. Like it really is extremely fun to play, like in terms of the combat system, which is focused largely on like parrying and dodging and then countering, and you really do get that sort of Dark Souls like vibe as well from when you especially when you're taking on bosses, where you feel the huge achievement after you've managed to get through one. And the character designs for the monsters are fantastic. Like they look brilliant.
Well, that's what sticks out with me because it's like you look at the enemies that you're fighting and the bosses and stuff, and you go, "Fuck, this looks really cool."
Yeah.
So why haven't you made like all the characters look
good.
really, why do they all look like a little bit like
they feel completely out of place in the world.
Right.
Like they don't it doesn't mesh at all with the design aesthetic from the rest of the game at all. It's just really, really odd. And I mean, aside from other negatives, I mean the only other major negatives are it has like platforming sections as well, and these are really not great because character movement in this you often need quite precise movement, and this doesn't have that. And so there can be quite a lot of frustration. Like it has like wall running sections where it's quite difficult to like jump from place to place. Places where you have to like jump on top of platforms and they're like a little bit too small, and your character is not, doesn't move in the air in the way that you're kind of expecting they're going to, and it's quite easy to die, and it gets quite frustrating and irritating. And also, I mean, the game opens up after a couple of hours into like a really cool and interesting overworld as well, which is like this wasteland that you go around and explore, and it has like all these side missions. I mean, to be fair, most of the side missions are, can you help me find this person? They've gone missing in the wasteland. You find them and they're dead, and then you just go back and say, yeah, they're dead, sorry. And that happens repeatedly. That seems to be one of the things. But it's just the character design for this, like I do have to go back to it. It just feels so unnecessary and distracting. And if this had a better story and characters that really look like they belonged in this world, this could be something really good, actually, like something really, really good, as opposed to something
bad though. Is that stuff that bad that it's actually knocking it down to going from a really good game to something less like? I mean, is it that bad?
You see, that's the thing. I'm not like, the sexualization is pretty terrible. Like, I mean, Chen saw it and she was just like, "What is that?" Like, she was not impressed at all. And like to the point where also, if I play it and that like Rachel's around or like Ash is around, I'm specifically choosing costumes which are like not the really awful ones, because you're just like, they don't want to see.
Why don't
this.
you just choose those anyway, James?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, why?
I'm just saying that's what I.
You've just exposed yourself then. You've just exposed yourself.
Because normally, fucking hell, you cannot.
Once they've gone to bed.
Here's another question, and I'm being a prick on purpose because I want to try and get to the
that explains a lot.
That's not like you.
So, you wouldn't play this in front of the kids because of the over-sexualized main character, but would you play Bayonetta in front of them?
Maybe not, actually, for the same sort of reasons.
Exactly, because she's like almost naked while you're fighting.
But that's how her powers work, Dave. So
yeah,
there's law reasons.
This is what I'm thinking. How was Bayonetta accepted, and this isn't? In my head, it's because Bayonetta felt like a more rounded character, and that was
what I was going to say. Yeah.
But also, Bayonetta, the character, fit within that environment.
Also, it is fucking stupid that when she hit people with her hair, she was butt naked. Like, that is dumb, right?
Yeah, and obviously, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I actually like Bayonetta because of the writing, Dave. Actually, that's why I think she's a good character.
Right, it's not, it's not
especially
not
not your
mean?
history. We know.
Exactly. So,
But I mean, in the chat, what a lot of people are saying is like, Bayonetta doing it for laughs and that kind of thing, which there is a degree of that, which is completely absent in this. Like that, this is done completely seriously, but also it's the volume as well of like different costumes and stuff like that. And it's one of those things where it's like you look at it and I think, I'm not like offended by this, but I do feel that it lessens the game because it just doesn't fit with the aesthetic of the rest of the
because
game.
because with Bayonetta, like whatever you think about it, like Bayonetta the character has got agency over how she looks, whereas this feels more like you're dressing up a doll. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's the case. Yeah. But it's just
it's interesting.
It is good. Like it's a very.
I've just remembered some of the other characters you could put on Bayonetta actually, and maybe that argument doesn't stand up.
What do you mean?
Do you remember the Princess Peach one and stuff?
What's this?
Yeah, there was some like bonus costumes in Bayonetta when it came out on the Wii U or whatever, and it was some of them are a bit.
Why did you buy them all, John?
I think they're cool.
Law reasons.
Yeah,
good character. Princess Peach one.
Yeah, I think there's a Princess Peach one. I remember looking a bit.
Yeah,
weird.
there was the Nintendo costumes and stuff. That you could,
That's weird that Nintendo would let a Princess Peach costume look like that, isn't it?
Could you buy a Tom Nook one?
Okay. All right. Carry on.
But yeah, but as I said, it is really fun to play, and I will continue playing it and probably maybe get to the end. But it's just, I don't know. All the discourse around it with all this sort of stuff, I can kind of understand why people are kind of put off from it as well, because it
reviewed well, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, it's just aesthetically jarring, I think, in places, which is, a bit.
And you've got to imagine, a vast majority of the audience aren't going to have seen this shit, or they're not the very online people, and they're like, oh yeah, it's done well, and it reviewed well, and they're probably having a fun time. It's just, if you're very online and you see this kind of shit all the time on X, then you're probably thinking this is consuming the entire conversation, but that probably isn't the case for most people who play this. Thankfully.
Do you, how far into it are you, James?
So about 10 hours or so, which I don't know how far that is, like in terms, because I've done quite a lot of like side missions and stuff as well. So
right,
yeah, I mean, I've no idea how far that is in.
And you're going to continue until it's done?
Yeah, I think so.
Main story's 13 hours, so it's not a massive game.
Yeah, I mean that's probably I mean I've done.
These ones often aren't, are they? They're usually sort of assuming you're going to do new game plus and stuff.
I mean, that's the other thing that is really disappointing though about it is I am disappointed by the story, like honestly, because story is something which is always really important to me in games because it gives me a really good hook for why I'm engaging whatever I'm doing. But the problem with this one is it's so lazy. Like I mean, your character's name is Eve. The assistant that you've got who's helping you is called Adam. Yeah, and then you've got like the city, the last city that of like humankind is like active on Earth is called Zion. It's like it's just everything is just it's really disappointing like in terms of just cliche-ridden awfulness. But yeah. But then I've heard that the designer, the main focus is always on the combat systems and on the way things like move and the way things those things work rather than on story. It's just a shame, can't they just get a good writer? And then it'd be good.
Okay, all right. Well, I think I'm going to wait for that game to come out on whatever the PlayStation's version of Game Pass is in the future.
There was a demo, isn't there? Or did I misremember? I think there's a demo.
I've rather just played a game. I've not. There's something about demos at the moment that really turn me off, and I'm kind of like, well, no, if I want to play that game, I'll actually just play that game rather than this little snippet that I've got to download separately. And I don't know. We'll see. What else have you been playing, James?
So the only other thing I played is I played the Epyx collection handheld. Now, what this is. I mean, Sean, you know what Epyx is, right? Like the company.
The publisher. Was it publisher or developer?
Both.
Okay.
It's I mean, they were the company that originally were like designed the Atari Lynx, but then like Atari bought it and integrated, right? And
James has got an obsession with. Sorry, if you're new to the show, James has got an obsession with failed hardware, Like, it's a really, really weird obsession he's got with found hardware.
It's true. I love
and
it.
the
I
links is
absolutely
up
love
there.
it. It's
What
like-
is it about found hardware that you love?
Well, there's two things. One thing is like I find it very interesting to think about like how you have something like, for example, the 32X, right? You know, that was the plug-in for the Mega Drive. What
Yeah.
could have been? Like what that, you know, if that had succeeded, how maybe that would have changed things or things could have been different. I love that idea of like potential that hasn't been realized, you know, like with these machines. So the same thing with like the Jaguar and the Lynx as well. Like there was power there that just was never really utilized, you know, because they kind of failed. But then also
the PSVR 2 purchase makes so much more sense now. You just got it on the ground floor.
Well, this is it. And remember, he bought the Xbox One before the PS4,
Yeah.
didn't you? And
Yeah.
and
This is great.
Yeah, man, this is just.
You're actually
what-
drawn
what
to
it
these
does.
things.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is like
Why
that.
haven't I got a Vision Pro?
But yeah, see, the thing is with the Lynx is also I never owned the Lynx, but I manipulated a friend of mine to buy one when he was a kid, and I always felt
That
bad
sounds
about
great, James.
Yeah,
What
that
a
sounds like
lovely
normal
child you
behaviour.
were.
it. No,
Lovely,
because what
mate.
happened, right, was I had a Game Boy, and he was like, "I'm gonna get a Game Boy," and I was like, "Why don't you get like an Atari Lynx instead?" And then we can like swap consoles and we can play different games and stuff.
Didn't it cost like 5 times as much or something?
It was a bit more.
To live,
expensive, but-
also to live in a mansion.
no, it was a bit more expensive, but not so much. But anyway, he bought one in the end, but he only ever got 2 games for it because they were quite expensive.
Because he couldn't
and-
afford anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I wish I
Yeah.
bought Game Gear. No, you're not.
And also the other thing about it is I remember we used to play it like in my dad's car. And the reason for this is because he didn't have, you know, like the Lynx used to drink batteries. It was like six, you know, AA batteries, and then it would die. Sorry, I'm gonna cough.
Oh, God. He's going to pass out because he's just thinking about probably. I'm going to
Batteries.
assume this story ends with his dad's battery ran out of juice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
That's
because
a classic tale.
Yeah.
so he didn't have like an AC adapter for it, but he did have one of those cigarette lighter
Yeah.
adapters for it. So we used to have to go
Oh,
and
I
sit in the
remember
car
those.
and play Lynx if we wanted to, which
Yeah.
was
And
kind
then
of
your
weird.
dad
Why not
had
kill
to
the
drive
car
it.
battery though?
Yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
can't
worse
get
than leaving your
solar
lights on
drive
overnight.
Yeah. So I was always curious because I remember playing a game on that called Gates of Zendikon, which I enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. And then I saw that this like Epyx collection was coming out, which had like a whole bunch of games that I remembered from when I was younger. And I thought, yeah, I'd like to give that a go. It has Gates of Zendikon, which I played. And I kind of regret buying this now because it's much slower and much more rubbish than I thought it was. Then it's
Hey, you
also...
regretted buying this. You made your mate buy the whole fucking console when you were a kid. This is your punishment.
And this only cost me 11 quid. and it was
Exactly.
like-
That costs like 600 quid probably.
And then also, I mean, it's got California games as well, which
Oh, there we go.
some
Classic.
of you must have played, yeah?
Yeah, fucking
Yeah,
hell
but
yeah.
that was a shit. That must be a shit version of it.
That's the
one-
thing. It is a really shit version of California games because it's only got 4 events as well. And they and you see, the one I remember fondly was the Master System version, which
Yes,
had
yeah,
loads
that's why
more
I played it.
events, and
Yeah.
you know. But also,
See,
the
like,
manual,
that game would be perfect for a remaster. How good would that be? A
California
mod
Games,
version?
yeah.
California Games.
What were the? Let's have a look at what the events were. See how many you can guess, Matt.
I mean, I've
I'll
already
look it up.
googled it, so I know.
Oh, for fuck's
But
sake.
surfing, just off the top of my head, surfing.
Well, no, there's no point now, is there? Flying disc. I forgot about that.
yeah, that was,
Excuse me.
that was,
Roller,
that was all right. Yeah.
roller skating was the
Half
worst one.
pipe. Brilliant. This
Footbag,
would be
BMX.
amazing. Remaster this. Come on.
Isn't it called Happy Sack? Isn't it Happy Sack?
Happy Sack, yeah, that's the foot bag.
Why have they called it foot bag?
Don't know.
Oh, hacky
Is that
sack.
is that,
Not
the, old,
happy
is that the
sack.
email that was back?
Not happy sack, you idiot. Sorry, everyone. I'm an idiot.
That's all right. I mean, I was
Happy
just
sack.
looking at some of the other games on here. They don't
Oh, sorry,
name.
Matt's on a delay. One sec, he'll catch up in a minute. Fucking hell.
They don't name games like they used to. do they?
Crackhead John. What?
Electro Cop.
Oh, I can tell you about Electro Cop because it looks awful, but it has this amazing intro, like where it has like, you know, text story, right? That just keeps going. Like it goes on and on and on, and it reads like something Asher would write. Seriously, like it's incredible. Like you
Bit
really
of
like,
a harsh thing to say about your own child.
Yeah, your own son. Yeah.
but no, you get into it and it's dreadful. It's absolutely terrible. Then it's got Todd's Adventure in Slime World. Which
I
is
was
a
going to mention that
platformer.
one next. What's that like?
I mean, it looks appalling and plays even worse. It's
Cool.
It's absolutely terrible.
What
and
are
then
you
this other
playing this
game
on,
called
sorry? Switch?
yeah. Then this other game called Zala Mercenary, which is a top-down shooter, and you seem to spend your time destroying a city of people who just seem to be going about their business. Like they don't seem to be doing anything, just blowing everything up.
Okay, so again, given your Life is Strange, precedent, you'd probably love that.
How much was this?
It's like 11 quid, I think. Why?
Why did you? I don't get why you bought this.
Yeah, 12 quid on Switch.
Again, it's the nostalgia play. Like I was interested in Gates of Zendikon and also potentially California games, but then it just makes you realise the links really was shit. It really was a bad console, and it's a shame.
Do you still keep in touch with that person you manipulated as a child?
From time to time.
You should message him saying, "I just want to say sorry."
I nearly sent him a screenshot of me playing Gates of Zendikon, actually, just to see if you'd remember.
With the caption.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, James, I'm still paying that off.
What a weird purchase, James. What a fucking odd.
Is it weird for
because
James?
There was that other Atari collection that came out recently as well, which was really, really well made and really great. Like it was like 50 games and stuff, and that was pretty cool. I was hoping it's going to be like that level of quality, but it's really not. It's
Okay.
Sorry, Ben in the chat just said, just a reminder that last week James binned off Pepper Grinder but bought this shite.
Yeah, Pepper Grinder's not very good. So
Okay.
Yeah, this sounds great though.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Sean,
it is. Never did.
What have
Yeah,
you?
where's Gates of Zendikon is?
It was a good game back in the day. It's just
Todd's Adventure in Slime World, though.
Yes, that was awful.
Sean, what have you been playing?
Blue Lightning was all right. Go on.
I've been playing a few things. The main one being this game's actual biggest release. I think you'll find Manor Lords.
Oh yeah, no, that's massively blown up.
It is
isn't it,
actually massive.
Steam?
It is a sort of medieval city builder game, and it's really interesting because on the one hand, I'm kind of mystified as to why it's as huge as it is, because on paper it's just a good one of these, but I can't stop playing it, and I had to tear myself off it to come and record this.
Okay.
It's like you start out and it's just like you're in a field and you've got some tents and that's where your villagers are living. You got some supplies, off you go, and you're setting up the infrastructure, right? It's that usual thing of you start out and you're like, oh well, this is quite easy, but actually if I introduce some more villagers, I could do a couple more things. Oh, but then they also need more food and more firewood. And now I'm upgrading some of my houses, and now they want proper clothes and they want better food, and so you're just spinning more and more and more plates as you're expanding and trying to stop people from starving or freezing to death. Sorry, get Dave.
Can I ask you? Is it is the tutorial? Does it do that awful thing that I fucking hate, where it'll say click here. Now click here. You need to add this. So now click here, and you're just like, ugh, fucking, I hate that way of.
Yeah, and it's like the fact that it's like the thing's glowing and you literally can't click on anything.
Yeah, you can't click anywhere else.
Yeah. Which I get, because obviously people will click on the wrong thing and break the tutorial. But
no,
it doesn't really do that. It's I mean, it's still in early access, right? Apparently, it's a solo project. Guy's been working on it for 7 years. And I mean, certainly, like what's here is great. I'm not, you can see where the seams are. There's stuff still clearly not finished and what have you. But yeah, it's just unbelievably compelling. I think the main thing about it for me is, I mean, it gets the complexity of your villagers' needs correct, right? And how it's like, okay, villagers want better clothes. Okay, in order to get better clothes, I need yarn. To get yarn, I need sheep. To get sheep, I need a sheep farm, and I need a livestock trading post. To get those, I need these building materials, and blah blah blah, so on and so on. And that stuff is like fun to figure out, and working out those supply chains and stuff. I think the other thing that's really cool about it is that the villages aren't thick, right? You kind of you're building these things. You're building, farms, like forester huts, whatever. Like hunting camps, whatever, and then with each one of those, you just have like a pool of villagers, right? It's like a number of families. They're split into families. So you build a new thing, and you just choose how many families to assign to it. Any families that aren't assigned to a specific task, they're your builders. They'll move materials around. They'll build things. But so, for example, when you build a farm, you build the farmhouse, and then you plot out the fields as well, and you do that separately, and and then within those fields you might be like, right, this year this one's going to be wheat, this field's going to be fallow, this one's going to be flaxseed or whatever. But you don't really have to micromanage it beyond that. Like, anyone who's employed at that farm will just get it, and they will harvest stuff when they need to, and they'll show up when they need to, and they'll move things around where they need to. You don't have to be like, right, this farmhouse is like attached to these fields, and you need to go here. Like, they just sort of manage themselves. It just gets that really nice balance of like the things you do and don't have to micromanage. Yeah, it's just really fucking enjoyable. It's got combat in it. At the moment, I've only played the scenario that doesn't have any combat in, because apparently the combat's still quite rudimentary and like not the reason to play it. But yeah, it's for some reason it's done unbelievably well this week, and fair play to it, because it's
like
fucking good.
over 150,000 concurrents, like probably sold millions.
Mhm.
One
And it's on Game Pass as well. Well, it's on Game Pass PC, I should say.
Yeah.
It's not on console yet. Sorry, Dave, go on.
What part of it has hooked you to the point where you're like, I can't? Like, what is it? What's that thing that's?
It's just that constant,
you're
like,
just thinking about what the possibilities are when you're not playing it. So when you get home, all you want to do is see what's possible.
It's like, well, for starters, your town like levels up, right? And then so to reach each level, there's a requirement. It's like, right, well, you need like this many level 3 houses, you need a church, you need this, that, and the other. So it is just that constant, like, right, how do I get to that next level?
Numbers go up.
Yeah, basically.
Happy streak.
And it's just, yeah, and it's just nice as well, because you build this little village and you can walk around it in third person, which is one of those things that's like
nice.
Enough, like, quite a few of these games do it, but not all of them. So when it is an option, you're just like, thank fuck, because it's so cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, totally.
It's just, yeah, it's cozy, Dave. That's what it is.
Ooh, dear.
Cozy.
And there's that feeling of like you're running out of food and it's like September, and you just like, everyone's like 1 month away from starving, but I know in about 2 minutes, all my little guys are going to run out onto that field, and then they're going to grab all the wheat, and then they're going to take it to the windmill, and then they're going to turn it into flour, and then they're going to take the flour to the bakery, and they're going to turn it into bread, and then they're going to take it from take the bread to the
They're already
market,
dead by the time this
it.
process is finished.
They're all keeling over and starving to
death.
Do you know what I mean? Just that sense of like, and this looks bad, but I know in any second now, this whole chain of events that I've set up is going to like kick in, and it's going to be fine. It's just a good feeling.
Cool.
I've also played.
Is it too complicated to come on a console? Obviously, you mentioned PC Game Pass. Could this be a console thing in the future? I
don't see
is there a lot happening control-wise?
No, it's fine, and obviously because it's one of the, it's one of these where you can change the speed that it plays at any point. So you basically put it to normal speed, which might as well be slow motion, and then you're placing buildings, working things out, building roads, whatever, and then you're like, right, now put it to like 12 times speed and actually see things play out really quickly, and then stop it again, do more stuff. So yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't work with a controller.
Sounds like medieval city skylines.
Yes, basically, yeah. And because you'll start on like a random bit. There's only one map, but it's massive. So you'll be chucked in like a random bit of it, and then you've got to be like, right, where are the resources, and how should I start plotting this village out accordingly, making sure we've got access to everything we need. Yeah, really good.
Sounds cool. Sounds cool.
Couple of short ones. Another Crab's Treasure came out this week, also on Game Pass, if you're that way inclined.
Also reviewed really well.
Turns out I am just done with Souls-likes, sadly. It's clearly good. I just got to the first boss and died to it several times, and I was just like, I haven't got the energy for this anymore.
But when you say it's a Souls-like, what like in what way? Is it just everything?
So you're a little crab, and you're running around on the ocean floor fighting baddies with like a fork, or obviously you find other weapons as you go. And it's Dark Souls third person combat basically.
I heard someone in like a newsletter I got today referring to as Sheldon Ring.
Nice, very good.
Now I'm tempted to play it.
It's a good one.
Well, because what is cool is because you're a hermit crab, and you pick up other shells as you go. So and you swap them around, and then so like you can block with your shell, your currently equipped shell, but then the shell takes damage. So you're sort of managing that as well. That's quite cool. But yeah, I mean, there's tons of accessibility options. I should just go back and just be like, yeah, make it not punishingly difficult for me, please.
Sean, if you want to play a game like that, but with sexy ladies, you could play Stellar Blade instead.
Need a PS5 though, wouldn't it?
Oh, that's true.
Does it look crap? Because from the screenshots, it doesn't look brilliant.
It's made by a very small team. I know what you mean, though. It's clearly going for that, like a certain aesthetic, but it's not. It's not a looker, really.
Okay.
Last one, I finally went back and saw the final ending of Ultros, the psychedelic Metroidvania that I talked about quite a bit earlier this year. I fucking loved it. I was worried when I sort of figured out what the road to the final ending was. I was a bit like, have I got the patience for this? But yeah, really, really got into it and really loved doing it. And as I say, just the way the game makes this really beautiful transition to you just not even fighting anything anymore, and you are just a gardener, and you're figuring out this basically this huge puzzle that kind of spans like the entire map. It's great. Really, really loved it. Really glad I saw the final ending on it.
Yeah, I need to sort of play this really. I need to put it on my list because it does look pretty cool. But it come out really soon after the
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia
game. Yeah. Which I do think really hurt it, because I think a lot of people are like, I just played a really good Metroidvania. I don't need another one just yet. So yeah, but I do think and I'm not saying like, oh, it's better than that, because I'm guessing the like combat and platforming stuff in Prince of Persia is probably better, but just what Ultros does is just really fucking interesting. Loved it. Had the soundtrack on repeat since.
Cool.
That's it from me.
Very, very brief one for me. I'm still plugging away at Harold Halibut. I could see why people are saying, it's probably too long. There's some stuff in there that you think, okay, but it's still like you don't get stuck much. There was one bit where it was like no one wants to give you a job to do. They don't need you to work, and you're sort of searching around for something to do, which I thought was a little bit needless, because it is really quite clear in where it wants you to go. If you go to your pad and then go to do, it says, I need to speak to such and such, who is likely to be in the arcade. And you're like, right, well, I'll go meet him in the arcade or whatever. I still love Harold Halibut. I still love the story. I still love the characters. Even though from science fiction, even, it is a fucking nonsense. like there's like, for example, the tube system that Harold uses to get around, which looks like water slides basically, and that's how they get around the ship. You find a new location and they install a tube system to that location, and you're like, yeah, but how's that work? Because we're sort of in a vortex, aren't we, the ship? So surely I don't know how the tube works then. But it's done some really funny things. There was a very it's my sort of humor. There are bits in it that's my sort of humor, where it's the weirdest dancing video I've ever seen.
I was going to say that clip you sent us was great. I was really chuckling
thought it was
at that.
Fucking hilarious. The fact that it lingers on it for that length of time, and I told you the context in which you see it as well, which makes it even funnier for me, I think. I still think it's got a lot of heart, and I'm still loving it. I'm ready for it to end, but I believe I'm near the end anyway, so I will have that finished for next week. And the kids have been all over it. We love, like, Charlie keeps asking about how Fishy's doing and all this sort of stuff, and can we go here? Can we talk to that character? Let's go and see what they're doing. So that's been quite sweet. I would be surprised if it's not on my Gotti list, put it that way. Not expecting it to win. Look at Sean's face. Not expecting it to
Round
win.
one.
I love the fact that it feels so unique, and I don't know, man. I could see why people aren't into it, but my word is it's getting me in the old feels there.
All the feels.
Halibut.
All the feels there.
Done. Yeah. What was the phrase?
All the feels there.
All the feels there.
Yeah.
One of them.
No, I did. Because you sent me that link, Dave, to the bit, Sorry, it was a link to a full
Why
playthrough.
is James not getting a F-Zero Night Run tattoo?
Well,
that dog shit logo I made
about about this a bit better, then maybe I would.
Yeah, I fucked up there, but it doesn't matter because I would have said that, and you would have said, "Well, you've got to get this."
So Dave linked me to a full playthrough and was like, "Look, here's the timestamp for this bit I want you to see."
Oh, the bit that
I
did
did
nothing for you.
I didn't, but
Right.
I did leave it on for like a good 20 minutes or so afterwards while I was like doing other stuff.
Oh,
So there's part of me that, I mean, and I know this is sacrilege, like it's a fucking video game, but part of me was like, I probably could just like half watch this while I'm doing other stuff.
I think for this game, it's about as okay to do as you can get, really, because there's, as you say, there's such minimal interaction to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few sort of vocal choices, whatever, dialogue choices, but they don't really amount to anything. So I don't blame you really, but that honestly, that piece, and it's funny because I saw a few people in our Discord or on Twitter saying, "Yeah, I'm trying to get to that bit. I'm not really enjoying it, but I'm trying to get to that bit that David was talking about." It's not like the biggest thing ever in a video game. It's not like mind blowing. It's just, for me, I just thought it was so beautifully done. And as I said, there's also those little moments where you and the postman are standing next to each other reading someone's letter, and it's, I don't know, man. I just fucking I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm not going to defend it for those that are not enjoying it. Matt.
No, I didn't play anything this week.
Excellent. That's
cool.
That's his new catchphrase.
Well, no, because we had a pod on Monday, editing Tuesday, pod on Wednesday, editing on Thursday. Suddenly, then I played FIFA one night with you, Dave, and then suddenly we're here.
We all did all those things as well, apart from I didn't play FIFA, obviously.
And the editing.
The editing. I did a stream. I built some Lego. Not Lego.
No,
definitely not.
Plastic bricks. That connect.
Okay. Well, are you going to play anything this week for the listeners?
Let's think. So
I've heard Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's good.
It fucking is good. The
From other
characters,
podcasts.
Sean. I wish I could talk to you about the characters. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. So
that's a shame.
Do it another time.
Should we get to questions?
If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co/Dear TCGS. Maria Mendieta says, Dear TCGS Costly Hardware, I thought the Wii title Cursed Mountain... I bought the Wii title Cursed Mountain to play on my Wii U over the weekend. After humming and hawing over the cover featuring a man simply stretching out his hand, I decided to buy it. It was such a blast to learn that the game is about a pickaxe that shoots magic lasers, none of which was featured on the cover. When has a game's box art been notably misleading for you? Keep up the incredible work. Sincerely, Maria. I think I reviewed this game.
Did you?
In a former life. Give me a second.
Maybe that's why Maria bought it. So I read this review on Dark Zero.
I heard this is an absolute banger. Cursed
I guess
Mountain. This would have been on Dark Zero.
Sad thing really is that I don't see enough box art because I don't see enough boxes these days.
Oh my god, I did review it.
What did you give it?
2009.
That's an out of 10.
No, I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, right. Read the last paragraph.
Yeah, read the summary.
Okay.
What did you get for graphics out of 10?
We didn't split it like that. It was just one overall score.
Longevity.
Of course, you might argue that your average Wii owner won't necessarily have played many survival horror titles, in which case Cursed Mountain might not seem so terrible. But then, if you're one of those average Wii owners, you can get the mighty Wii edition of Resident Evil 4 for less money instead and have a lot more fun. Meanwhile, everyone who's already played Resident Evil 4 can see that Cursed Mountain is, without a shadow of a doubt, a bit pants.
No!
Oh, God, that's
absolutely. You just got savaged by Sean Bell, renegade newcomer journalist.
I was a bit pants, is it?
That's what I thought in 2009.
Isn't the most misleading box art of all time the Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty box art?
It's got the wrong character on it.
It's got the wrong character on the fucking front cover.
Oh, I do mention, Eric does carry an ice axe, but its main use is smashing open pots and shooting bolts of magic at ghosts. So there you go. Maria's correct.
That's the ultimate answer, isn't it? Metal Gear Solid 2? That was the bait and switch.
Yeah, and it was an intentional rug pull, wasn't it?
Fuck you.
I can't think of any genuinely misleading box art other than that. I can think of shit box
everything from the Atari days. When you look at some of the artwork that was on that, and then it's
yeah.
There's a lot of that with Game Boy games as well. Like, they always looked incredible box art.
This is how it will look in your imagination. Some effort on your part. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nathan says, what's the best / coolest looking games console? Just talking purely about how the box looks under your telly. You can include limited editions, pro versions, slim versions, etc.
Panasonic Cube.
Oh,
I mean, that was one that I always looked at and nearly cried.
Really?
I was like, I will never own a Panasonic Cube. Does it hold up? I've not seen one for a while. Panasonic.
I bet it does.
Does it?
I mean, it's basically like a mirrored GameCube. How can you not? With the LCD on the front.
No, I don't know. That big bit at the top actually looks a bit shit. I see, because I think the GameCube original design is still a thing of beauty. Like, I think it's such. I don't know. I love it. It's not the coolest though, is it? It's not cool.
No.
I mean, what is cool?
We said best / coolest. I think that's open to interpretation, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that might be timeless. The GameCube. I think I love it. Whereas I look at the N64 and think, okay, it looks okay, but it's not like, it's not. Yeah.
I like the original 360. I thought that looked cool when it first came out.
It's
at the time,
At the time, it did.
Yeah.
It was very in fitting with the sort of that attitude that they went in with.
What interests me is obviously the last few PlayStations, but I say the last few, I mean basically all of them apart from the first one really, have all been strange. Like, when we first saw the PS5 and we're like, oh my god, that's horrific. But then part of me was like, yeah, but I thought that about the PS2 and I kind of grew to love it. So maybe that'll happen with the PS5, but it hasn't.
No.
I absolutely love the One X. I think
I'm looking at that now.
The Day One edition. It had that kind of like gold on it. I thought it was really smart.
See, I still think the Series S looks good. Honestly,
the Series S is great. Yeah,
it's a nice.
Series S looks okay, but it does not look as good as the One X. The One X is like properly. I just think it's so smart looking. Like, honestly, I loved how that console looked. And especially, I mean, it's easy to say.
No, it's a Project Scorpio edition, I think.
I don't think that was as good as the normal one.
But see, I also
when they
like
had
the
the
original
matte one, that was where it was at.
I also like the original PS4 as well. I thought that looked pretty good compared with the Xbox One.
Fair, PS3 as well. It was fucking massive, but didn't mind the look.
No, the PS3 was awful.
Do you think?
No, the PS3 looked horrible.
It was piano black.
The original one was like a Breville toasty or whatever.
No, it was horrible. I hated the PS3. The look of the PS3.
It was bad because of the fucking useless buttons on it. They were a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I preferred the PS2 look, to be honest with you. I thought the PS2 I mean, it's a bit stupid. I don't know if it stands the test of time, but I thought when it came out, the answer for me is probably the One X. Yeah, it's not the best console by any means. Let's not be stupid, but I do think that hardware looks incredible. God, shit, it really does look good.
I mean, for me, obviously, you know what my answer is going to be. It's either the Japanese Saturn. Well, they had like the original purple one. They had a white one as well. Like, when I got my Saturn, this was in Debenhams that I got like a cool pad, which is basically a Saturn pad, but it's like semi-translucent. I don't know if you can ever get the full console like that, but yeah, the white Saturn.
No, I'm sorry. Look, I loved the Sega Saturn as much as you did. I think we were the only two people in the country that did, Matt. The console didn't look
and my
good.
mate Peter.
It didn't look good.
I like the grey version of it.
The Japanese one's nice, yeah.
Nah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't. With the top-loaded CD, I'm not having that. I'm looking at it now. It doesn't.
Dreamcast was cute.
Nah, it didn't.
Dreamcast
I love
good?
the Dreamcast, but I didn't think it looked amazing.
Yeah.
No.
Come on, James. We nearly won Dave over then. But
I think the Dreamcast looks better than the Saturn. I just didn't like the console that much and the pad. Honestly, I still don't understand the pad, to be quite honest with you. But
yeah, the pad has not aged well.
And now we've got the PS5, which I mean, I didn't offend me like it did most people, but it's not an attractive console. And then the One X is just straight up, straight down. It's just doesn't really do anything.
What about the European SNES? Is that?
It's got the cool grill on the top.
It's got a sick grill.
Yeah, it's got a sick grill.
But yeah, it's like We're kind of less
the SNES
adventurous.
is fine. It's a lot better than the American one. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the American SNES is horrendous, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I mean, back a long time ago, I thought the Mega Drive looked good. Because it in the early 90s looked very
The Mega
cool.
Drive
That
2?
did,
Yeah, 1 or 2.
The original, not the.
Yeah.
Not the
Really,
not the-
1? Oh
Yeah.
no, the Mega Drive 2 looks way better than the 1. What are you talking about?
Master System 1 is a strange beast.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
The fact that most people,
How
I
can you
don't
say
think
the
it
1
did.
looks better than the 2. It's not even close.
Oh,
The
what,
one's
hang
got
on.
the slider on the top.
No,
of it.
no, I think the 1 definitely looks better than the 2. Yeah, the 2
wrong.
with those red buttons.
No way. Yeah, with the 2 red buttons. Yeah.
The two looks cheap, whereas the original one looks like proper, like from the future.
And
16-bit.
like the American one with that big 16-bit on the front. That's even cooler.
No,
That is
the
pretty
two, the 1 looks like a hangover from the Atari days.
No, it
Like with
doesn't.
the control, that fucking.
The 2 looks like a
headphone
cheap
slider
knockoff
on
of a
it.
Mega Drive.
Yeah, but it has
Nah.
that headphone jack. It has a much better sound chip than the Mega Drive 2 had.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking,
You're talking
visual design.
coolest.
It's got nothing to do with
Which
what's
was
inside.
the Atari that had the wood paneling on it. Bring that back.
Atari 2600.
Was it?
Yeah, the Atari 2600 had one of those bad boys.
Oh man, I just saw like the box of the Mega Drive 2 and like the nostalgia almost gave me a heart attack. It's like look at that box, man. Oh, the Mega Drive logo.
See,
Christ.
you pretend
I
that
love
you
that.
have.
You know that like
Didn't start
Sega.
playing video games until you started this fucking podcast.
Fuck off! I started playing before you because I'm older.
I love those grid boxes that Sega
Yeah.
had. You know, I
And like
was
the Master
disappointed
System
when they
instruction
changed
manuals,
I
which are basically
didn't.
a
I
white
told
grid.
the story before. I didn't because the Gladiator toy figures use the same design. And when I peeled off a bit of my Christmas present, I was thinking I was getting a Mega Drive. I unwrapped it all and realised it wasn't. It was Wolf doing a duel with one of the other ones. It's fucking well disappointing.
Right, man.
But what about
no, Gladiators?
what about
what
the
was
Tower
that?
of Power? Like, I mean, would you still want that like underneath your TV?
No, I wanted a Mega Drive. The Tower of Power. Next question.
Alistair IKEA Milk Frother says, Sean mentioning a game and then never talking about it again. I think we need to highlight Dave the Diver. This should have been making more Game of the Year discussions with the PS5 release. This surely should be mentioned in this year's GOTY list. I await Sean's reply. Was it this
mentioned
year it
that
landed on
loads, I thought.
PS5? Sorry, Dave, go on.
Oh, yes, it did. Yes, it recently landed on PS5, didn't it?
Yeah.
You mentioned it loads, I thought.
Yeah, I thought I talked about it quite a bit. What kills me is I've reached a bit of a slow bit in the story that I don't really want to do. So then whenever I load it up, like, no, I should really get back into Dave the Diver. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I'm on this bit.
Yeah, I
Fuck
wonder
me.
how close I was to you because there was a bit where I was there was a bit of a lull there.
Mm.
And it's one of those, it's like, obviously, the longer you play it, the more time you're going to be diving. Like the length of time when you first start diving and then there's times where it's like, oh, actually, the diving bit's too long for me now, actually, and it's not. Whereas before, it would take 5 to 10 minutes to dive and get what you need, and then go back up.
You do start
it was-
getting like shortcuts to like further down.
Okay, we weren't at the same bit then because I don't think I got to any of those shortcuts. So okay, all right.
Yeah, really good game though.
It was,
but
really
not
good,
an indie game.
Oh right,
Right?
Independent studio ish. Well, no, the game was indie, but the studio wasn't, right?
I don't think that's
not-
how it works, is it?
Was it like
I don't
indie
know.
independent?
What are
Like
you talking about?
it was the studio's part of Tencent, right?
Was it Tencent or was it one of the, I can't remember.
massive.
Was it Nexon or
massive.
something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that
Brian, what you just said, Matt? Did you just give
Well,
up?
I thought there was like the studio wasn't, but it was like a smaller team working it. So does that make it independent? But even though it's
Well, no, it
bankrolled
Yeah,
doesn't.
but
by-
basically everyone agreed no, it doesn't,
yeah.
including the
Absolutely
developers.
does not make it independent. That's ridiculous.
Just makes it a small game made
Yeah.
in a very safe environment.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, as I said at the time, there's lots of reasons you could say a lot of games broadly considered to be indie are maybe not, but whatever. Next question comes from Brian. Says, minor thing, but I've noticed Dave has a particular way of saying "holy fuck." Where did that come from?
Shall I just say where I go from?
Yeah, please do, because I've never known. And
Okay.
the thing with being friends with Dave Turner is he's got funny ways of saying lots of things. And if you asked him for the origin of every single one, He doesn't get anything else done. So
his vocabulary is
but I've
mostly
always got
made
an
up
origin
of
in
just
it.
like borrowed things. Yeah,
I just really like the podcast Cranky Gamers UK, and what was really funny about it, what was really funny about it is the main presenter, Toz, would talk for ages and then say, right, I'm going to stop talking for a bit, and then let his co-host talk, and the co-host would talk for about 12 seconds before he interrupted and carried on talking for another 15 minutes. And one of those moments happened where he'd talked for ages, and then he said, I'm gonna let you talk now. Tricky or Ricky or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Tricky.
And then Tricky started talking, and out of like literally about 3 seconds after saying, right, I'm tired now, I'm not going to talk much. Yeah, over to you. He in the background goes, holy fuck.
Holy fuck.
The podcast grinds to a halt, and they go, what's up? Oh, sorry, I just checked, and one of my bets came in. I've won my bet. So he immediately went to his phone, saw he won. And she went, holy fuck. and I rewound it about 80
it's
times.
more delicate than that. It's like you barely hear it, but it is like...
yeah. Now we know.
It's so subtle. Perfect.
Yeah. So that's the origin behind that.
That's
Cool.
why we say that.
MD Krabuffs, what qualities do you look for in a boss? I don't know if they mean video game boss or real life. I want to say real life.
Yeah, real life boss. I'm assuming
Propensity
video game
for
boss.
raises.
I just want them to look cool. Like, genuinely, that's the main thing I want from a boss. And I just want them to
I was
going
to say support, training, trust, all that kind of usual.
I just want someone to leave me alone.
I was going to say, like a boss. So I'm quite lucky because my boss is pretty funny and doesn't.
Right, can I just say, no, before you carry on, before I said this, I said no video games.
Yeah.
He's talking about video game boss. And then I said, like, they've got to look good. And now you're saying...
we're talking about real life bosses.
Well, so not look good then, because that makes me sound like a pervert. Like, that makes me sound really weird. Okay. A boss that doesn't lie to you about things, there you go. Or try and pretend that they, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they know everything.
They know things they don't, or...
No one knows what they're doing. Just be honest about it.
Yeah, so at the moment I'm in a situation of work where I don't actually work with my actual boss much at the moment. But yeah, he's sound as fuck. He's quite funny and mostly leave me alone. So
great combination, actually.
Yep, that's all I want. Don't want to be trained. Don't want to progress. I'm quite happy. Want to stagnate, please.
Holy fuck!
Should we move on? Did anyone else have?
No, I want to know what James wants to.
Oh, go on, yeah. Other than to be left alone.
Yeah.
I don't know actually.
Okay, wicked. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Virtua Boy says, "Hey guys, love the show. Recently watched a Hank Green YouTube video where he pointed out that the burger chain Five Guys tricks manly men into ordering too much food by calling a regular sized burger the little burger and the regular sized fries or chips little fries, assuming that most men are too self-conscious to order a little burger out loud. Are you comfortable enough with your masculinity to order the little burger that will be more than enough for one person, or do you prefer to spend the extra money to save your dignity? Thanks for all the good times." So from Five Guys, I get the normal burger because that's the right size for me.
Normal being the little one.
There's not a little burger over here, is there?
I've never heard of this.
I suppose you get it with one patty instead of I don't know. You get like a kid's burger, but so it's a double. It's a double burger by default, isn't it?
Matt would never I've known Matt for a long time. You go anywhere, he wants he will never order the base level thing ever.
No, all the optional extras.
All the optional extras. If there was like there's burgers or whatever, and then there's one at the bottom that says Super Mega Burger or something. He'll go, well, I'll go Super Mega Burger then. It's too much for you, Matt.
No. Like when I go to McDonald's, I only ever buy like the special, whatever, like the current, burger of the month, whatever. It's not called that, but
Burger of the month.
I would never go for like a standard. No, she called that,
Welcome to McDonald's. Would you like the burger of the month?
What's the burger of the month, please?
On the base, you should say that because I'm like, I'll take it. Like, you know what it is? I'll take it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not having a regular quarter pounder. I'm not an idiot.
But point is, I will get the normal non-little burger from Five Guys, but I will get small fries because there's fucking too many of them otherwise. So
I've only been there
I
twice.
think I passed the masculinity test, guys.
And it's about $7,000 a fry.
Well, yeah,
Well,
I've been to Five Guys twice. It was nice, but it's just so expensive. I wouldn't think of, I'll go to Five Guys again.
Chen hates Five Guys. She gets really angry about it. Yeah,
because of the little burger stuff.
Because of how expensive it is compared with like what you get. She's just like, it's rubbish. It's she doesn't like it.
Okay.
All right.
For gourmet burger kitchen, so that was better.
Did you say gourmet burger
price,
kitchen?
Though I don't get what.
They're not going anymore, are they?
No, there's not that many of them around. They're
there's one in Kingston.
You can still find them.
I ate a gourmet burger kitchen about 3 weeks ago. What about that, Matt?
Actually, no, there might wine Leeds. Actually, I just don't go that way.
It's all right.
Doesn't go that bit of town.
It's still going in Leeds actually, but again, that was when like gourmet burgers were like.
So can we all agree, gourmet burger kitchen is still going?
Yeah.
They closed down their
Settle on
Canterbury
that.
branch.
Yeah. The feedback otherwise, Sean.
No, it's all about Burger Brothers in Brighton. That's the best thing.
Man. Still thinking about that occasionally.
Like patty and bun in London. That's nice.
Yeah.
The 2 napkin burger near me is really good as well. When at James, when you had the fucking full. What do you have?
That was
you had
ridiculous, that burger. I don't know.
Yeah. Never paid me for that.
That's rubbish.
Oh my God. You can do it now, James. You do it now.
I mean, look it up. You never paid
If
me
I
for
didn't
that.
pay you, I'll pay you. I don't remember that though.
Just so I remember.
Do you remember on the Independent Podcast Awards when James ate all our chips?
Yeah, that was weird.
Look it up. Never paid me for that.
And he's like,
what was that?
Double...
Oh yeah,
chip thief.
That was weird. Chip
was weird.
Yeah.
You were offering me those chips.
No, we weren't.
That ruined the night.
You literally weren't even asking. You were just fucking.
That's what I remember. I remember you offering me those chips.
No, you don't remember anything from the last part of that night.
I do remember. Sorry, it's like James Bond.
Right, here's what happened, everyone. We went to the Independent Podcast Awards. We lost. We got upset about that, so we drank too much. Apart from Sean. Then James spent a good 30 minutes saying, "I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry." And Sean had to remind him that he's been around drunk people before and that he should stop apologising. We then went to McDonald's, ordered. James thought it was hilarious because his order number was 007, like James Bond.
Like James Bond.
We got back to the hostel or whatever we were staying in. It was so hard to explain that hotel to normal people. Like, it was the weirdest place I've ever stayed. And James had only bought a burger with him. And we said, why didn't you get a meal? I don't know. And then he just started reaching over and grabbing all our fries and shoving them in his mouth.
Yep.
Sorry.
Very disappointing evening, actually, yeah. that hurt more than the winning, losing to a bloody...
I had to be weirdly confrontational with that woman who nearly made off with my food.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird.
I don't remember that bit.
It was just I was waiting, so they put the food, but then turned out they didn't have milkshakes, so I was waiting for like another drink or something. And this other woman just walked up and picked up the bag. And obviously, initially, I was like, "Oh, excuse me, that's mine." And she just fucking ignored me and started walking off. So I was like, "Oi!" And everyone looked round and I was like, "Oh, look, I've just shouted at a woman in public. Cool, good luck."
See what though? That was a good evening. I did enjoy that.
Yeah, it was.
But do you remember the podcast we recorded?
We don't talk about that.
Remember material. I'll tell you what, I'm way overstepping my boundaries here, but I've got all the recordings.
Oh my God, it could be a huge risk.
Yeah, we were quite upset.
I remember Matt buying all those shots, and then you would drink them.
We can't put this out. We cannot put this out.
Well, we could play like roulette, where you pay like 5 seconds, and then we.
Do you want me to?
No, don't play anything. Don't.
No. 5 seconds will be a hand.
Hold on. Let's just. Oh, this is gonna be. Okay.
Okay, that's enough.
So anyone listening at home, don't think it's like fucking contraband. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's not good. It's three drunk guys just saying, why didn't we win?
And also me saying that.
Yeah, good point. And you were sober, Sean, so that's worse, if anything.
Yeah.
I remember I did get. There is a bit where James is apologising to you for being drunk. There is that is in there somewhere.
Well, we'll find that then.
People are saying maybe we should set up a $250 Patreon tier just to hear that recorded content. That is never
wouldn't be worth
never
it.
gonna hear that. No chance, baby. Right. Any other questions?
One more question from Ryan Cobain. Says, dear TCGS, quick question. Is there a game series you've reached the end with, as in you are no longer interested in? And conversely, is there a game series you would like to see make a return to the big time? Thanks for all the content.
So, Matt, how do you feel about Final Fantasy Rebirth?
It's a fucking good game. Now shut the fuck up.
Imagine Matt being like, yeah, I'm done with Final Fantasy games now, having played a bit of 7 Remake and then a bit of Rebirth.
Done. Yeah, I've seen everything I need to see.
Yeah, so yeah, I've got everything I need from that series.
I think maybe Souls games.
Yeah,
we would talk about it in the week when we Sean. I like the idea of going through it again. But then Elden Ring was so good. But the problem is, every time I play a new Souls game, like a FromSoft Souls game, I start them and I get really into them and I fucking love them and they're amazing. Like this has got nothing to do with the game quality. I just get to a point where I'm going, I haven't got it in me to carry on anymore.
Yeah,
and I stop and then that's it. I'll never go back to it. So yeah, maybe that, man.
I think I'm gonna go for Super Smash Brothers. It's one of those series I always try and get into those and always end up I just don't like them, really.
But I play it with the kids a lot. Like
Yeah,
it's fucking really fun to play with the kids.
See, Mario Kart, I really enjoy doing that with the kids. It's brilliant.
Yeah, of course, but that's a good game, yeah.
But Smash Brothers, even that I can't get on with the kids. It's not good.
Matt,
my answer might be Mario Kart.
Game series? Sorry?
Might be Mario Kart.
What?
You might be done with Mario Kart.
I'm just thinking, it's. I'm not sure what they can go. What can they do next? They've got a billion tracks, a billion characters. Like, what is there left to do?
When they announce Mario Kart 9 for the Switch 2, you're just going to go, nah.
Well, no, maybe not. Okay. I just think, I guess with Smash as well. Like, where's next Smash go? Like, they've got every single person and track and arena.
Mario Kart, but still, you could you could do way more with Mario Kart. You could.
Well, it did say there's that incredible new mechanic that was going to blow you away, or whatever it is. But
oh yeah, I remember that. Fucking hell, your memory is insane. Shit, yeah, well, that was all those reports were weird.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Well, what's going to be? We'll never know. Mario Kart next.
That's it.
Oh, right. Well, Matt, let's do the socials.
Yes. So, did you say you're streaming on Thursday, Sean?
I don't know. Question mark. It might not be Thursday. It might be some point this week. Not sure.
Might be Thursday, might be Saturday. Who knows? There may be a Sean stream, but there is definitely a Farley stream Friday. He's going to start with the Epyx collection handheld, so everyone can see, the adventures of Snobbly Bottom or whatever the games were he mentioned earlier. And then
Slime World or whatever it was.
Yeah, Clive in Slime World. Yeah. And then once that's done, everyone's bored of that shit. Then it'll be Dark Souls 3. After that. That is Friday for 9. Watch on twitch.tv/TCGSCode. If you miss it live, you can watch the VOD on YouTube. Just search TCGS on YouTube and all the VODs will be up there, including Sean's Lego, not Lego, Dune Ornithopter build from the week, and James playing some Stellar Blade if you're of that persuasion. But back to Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime and a Twitch account, connect your 2 accounts and you get Twitch Prime Game. You get 1 free sub a month. Please go to our channel and give it to us. We really appreciate everyone who does it. Those of you who don't tonight, those of you who do it through streams, or even when we're not streaming, it's hugely appreciated. So thank you to those who do that. We're on Patreon, which is patreon.com/TCGS. For links to our amazing... Oh no, I've really fucked that up. Yeah, Patreon, what was that? Exclusive bonus podcast, the Sonic vs. Sonic thing we did the other day, which is well worth a watch, I think. And the website is tcgs.co for links to our amazing Discord community, socials, podcasts, store, Farley t-shirts, the lot.
Thank you so much for living it. We will be back next week with more video game chit chat. Hopefully Matt plays a game. And hopefully James can pay attention for the full show. We will catch you next week. Goodbye, everyone. I love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.